Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Dewey.
And I'm Steve-O.
And I'm Matthew.
And we are Socially Awkward. Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of 2015. We're still here. We didn't give it up after one episode of 2015. That's good news, right?
Sticking it out.
Yes.
It's good news for us, but not for the fans.
Oh, snap. Oh, that's sad, really. Nope, we're definitely we're back as usual Friday nights. It is January the 16th of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Lots been happening this last week. No, not really.
Like
actually,
what?
No, I don't really think much has been happening this last week.
We'll just say Steve is having the best week ever.
Well, Steve, tell us about this best week ever then.
I can't.
But why? Does it involve criminal conspiracies? And
No. Well, things are moving forward with the job that
Right.
I've been presented, so soon I will divulge what that is for everybody who has no idea what I do yet. And just that's about it.
Awesome.
Nothing.
Awesome.
The other stuff I have to say off air. So
I see. Because it is super secret, top secret stuff and
Super
things.
secret, top secret stuff.
Super duper extra top secret.
But what I really want to get involved with is so everybody that's it with your weeks. Anything interesting?
Yeah, I was about to say I really got nothing going on. Same old. Worked all week, and that was about it. I got a free lunch at work today. That was exciting. That was
Where'd you go?
We got from
what was catered?
Yeah, what was brought in was K. O'Donnell's. K. O'Donnell.
K. O'Donnell's. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I
That,
thought you were pulling like TV thing. It was like we can't say McDonald's on the air.
No. It's this place.
yeah,
It's this place up in Scottsdale. It's right
the
off
Irish pub or place around the corner from me.
I had a buffalo chicken salad that was freaking amazing. It was absolutely delicious.
Magnifique.
It was beautiful. And the other guys got like a blue cheeseburger, and they have beer battered French fries, very much like Four Peaks does. Four Peaks, who makes the delicious beer we're imbibing right now. But everybody seemed very happy with their meals. And
Not a fan of blue
included.
cheese.
Really?
No.
Then you would not have liked either the burger or my salad, because my salad did include blue cheese.
Yeah?
Although I suppose you could.
Substitute it with ranch?
You could probably get ranch dressing instead and ask them to leave the blue cheese crumbles off of the... But that would take a lot out of the salad, I think. But I'm a fan of blue cheese, especially with buffalo sauce. The combination of buffalo and blue cheese, for me, is definitely good.
You know what? I haven't had it in a very long time, so maybe I shouldn't knock it. I should probably try it again and then reevaluate my situation.
Right. And maybe you had some bad blue cheese at some point, too. You know, that's always a possibility.
I think it's just the name blue cheese just does not
like
sound
blue cheese. Oh, it sounds
appealing.
gross. Sounds nasty. I don't want none of that.
Oh, that's just nasty.
But then again, if you have like yellow cheese, like you know,
Ew.
We don't call that yellow. We call
But
that
that's-
American cheese.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's not really cheese. So
yeah,
there's
but they're
that.
good though.
Yeah, they are.
They're way
Especially
good.
melted. You do a grilled cheese sandwich. Pew, pew. Dip that bad boy in some, that Campbell's grilled cheese dipping sauce.
Tomato soup.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I've ever seen anybody just eat it as soup. It's always grilled cheese dipping sauce. That's the only way I ever see it consumed in any way, shape, or form.
You are referring to tomato soup, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine how much they would
these code
sell.
words.
Imagine how much they would
Campbell's
sell if they
grilled
actually...
cheese sauce.
Well, I did.
They could probably market that and actually sell it.
Yeah,
that
they
way.
probably could.
I did get some news.
Trick the consumer.
Yes.
We're gonna have a guest on next week for
Yes,
the
we are.
for the 100th episode.
Oh, that's right.
And I will let you guys
didn't even
know
tell
during the
him.
break who the guest is if they're still going to be on it. But it's
You've got another guest.
Well, no. The guests they just IM me saying you're lacking in guests. You should really have someone on the show.
Oh, because we do have somebody already booked for next week too.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I told you guys in the chat.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, Steve Maston from 12A is going to be on next
Well,
week.
then we'll
to
have
promote.
two.
That's
guests
fine. We can
on.
have two guests.
Well, this is a secret guest.
Oh, okay.
Only
So we'll
you
have
guys
Steve
will know about it. That's it.
and
That's
a
it.
super secret guest.
That's if this person can make it now. I'm not.
Okay.
I have to wait for the response, but I said we could have you on next week for the 100th episode. So
I will
say I will
100th episode.
I will give
two guests. I'm okay with that.
I will give people a hint though. The hint is a reunion show.
Oh. Yeah.
Not that kind of reunion show.
I was like,
I'll tell you guys on the break. Don't worry.
I'm
Don't
like,
like
there's a difference
surprises.
between water under the bridge and inviting chaos back into your life. And there's one thing, I'm perfectly
stop
willing
it.
to let the water go under the
Stop
bridge,
it.
but I'm
I
not
already
inviting
let
the
this go.
chaos. back into my life.
Keeps bringing it up.
Stop it.
Well, you said I'm just like, what?
Guys,
Well, you were the one that had the.
That's what you're like reading. And at first, I was like, and then I was like, wait a second.
So I'll wait till this person gets back to me if they're going to be on. But if not, we'll still have a surprise guest in one of the shows coming up. Then
that's fine. And like I said, if they come on next week, that's fine. We've had more than one person in the studio before. I think we can manage 2 people in the studio.
No, we
again.
can't.
I don't know.
It's hectic in here.
I don't know if we could do it.
I can handle it.
Can you?
I can handle it for all 3 of us. That's what she said. Actually, that doesn't make much sense.
Guys,
I know Matthew doesn't like surprises, so I'm just going to go ahead in our chat thing and just tell you who the guest is, and then just keep it hush hush.
Oh, all right. I'm okay. Now everybody, so I can see my chat message. Oh, no. So nothing exciting happened in your week, Matt?
I've just been a bachelor for like the past 2 weeks, man.
So things are
wait.
Things
last
are chafed.
2 weeks.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying basically the excitement of your life has been getting that email from your ISP saying you're going over your bandwidth and things might be chafed. Or is that just me when I'm a bachelor for a week? I'm sorry.
I think that's just you, man.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
get things. When I have the time and nothing else to do,
I've just been buying too many vinyl records. That's my problem.
Though it was funny. I
see, my situation's cheaper.
My money should be going into savings and stuff. Yet I keep on seeing all these records where I'm like, I've got to have it.
I misheard.
Maybe they'll increase.
I misheard Matthew when he was saying he's like I thought he said I have a violent purchase. So I thought he was just getting angry at stuff and then just buying stuff on eBay. I was all like, okay. I was going to bring that up, the eBay thing. Eric, if you want to have a rant, yes, I'll take another one. Something.
Well, I mean, I just bought another. I just bought a record before the show started. Like I have a problem, guys.
Right.
I need an intervention. I need to simmer down on
Eric, do we want to do an ad lib?
Buying of music.
Why can't you just be like me and Steven and drink your paycheck? I mean, come on. Be responsible.
I do that, but.
We'll do this way. Matthew, pretend you just walked in. I walked in the door.
Hello,
Matthew. Eric and I brought you here. We want to talk with you.
Yes.
Go ahead and sit down. We have.
I'm sitting down.
There's some things we have to say.
Okay.
First of all, we want you to know this is because we care.
Yeah, we're not ganging.
We're bringing this up because we care.
We're not ganging up on you.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with ganging up on you.
All right.
We've been noticing your collection of vinyl records has been growing.
Yeah.
And
exponentially.
And that's fine. That's fine. I love music too. I love music just like the next person, but it's getting out of hand.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really though?
Your table's entirely a vinyl record now.
My table. But it sounds so good.
You're like, watch this, guys. Fingernail.
Yeah.
It's all.
We think we all wrote letters.
We did.
I did.
We were supposed to write letters.
Well, you were drunk. We'll get to that intervention later.
Okay, you go first. I'll have something ready by the time you come around to me. This is like when we're ordering at the restaurant.
Oh, you guys really do care, especially Eric.
I didn't know there was supposed to be choreography and like written things and stuff.
Remember,
Just like Steve didn't know they were supposed to dress up for my surprise party.
Yeah, never skim the invite. That's a personal rule now. It's one of my many rules now. But Matthew, we care about you, and
Thanks,
I love
guys.
music. I love going to concerts. I love playing music, jamming, and all
That's
that kind of
great.
stuff.
Then just come over and listen to my records anytime.
Oh wait, I can do that.
See?
Oh, I'm out.
See how I changed it around?
Matthew does not have a problem, guys. Let's go.
Steve said there would be beer here, so that's why I'm here. So yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
beer
you do
for
what you got to
us.
do. Where's the beer?
Beer for us, Eric. There's a problem.
What's the problem here?
You don't drink enough.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to get caught up, I guess.
And see.
Oh,
Although I was talking to you guys in our little chat thing earlier today, so I got a little annoyed because
yes.
at my company, I'm an outgoing person. I would like to think so. But when I go to work, like I'm very focused. I don't really interact with people. I do my job and then I go home.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Yeah, how dare you work for a company?
I just
How dare you do your
my
job and stuff?
So a lot of it's
I
on
bet you're
me.
efficient too. You're one of those guys, huh?
I'm very efficient.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I do what I do. I do it fast, and I do quality work. So I don't really interact with people, which is my own fault. I will admit that. But on Fridays, when everybody has to be in the office, they always make like lunch plans right outside my cubicle. And nobody ever turns
That's
to
the
me.
lunch planning spot, evidently.
I'm in the prime spot for
Like you didn't see
lunch
the
planning.
sign. They actually have a sign on the outside of your cubicle. It says
guess.
lunch planning headquarters.
But nobody ever turns around and is like, hey, Matt, what are you doing for lunch? Would you like to come and eat with us at least one time?
So that would not happen
least one
in
time.
any office that I was in because I am always the, hey guys, what's for lunch? At
Oh,
9
yeah.
o'clock in the morning, hey, what are you doing for lunch today? What are you doing for lunch today? Because I always like to scope out, like, am I going to be able to make a combo run? Am I going to get out of making the run? Because sometimes there's some people
You
at
just
work
like
that
to
I'm like,
eat, man. So you're like,
okay, that may be
you're
that may
like-
be true. That may be true.
when's my next meal happening?
Yes.
Eric is a foodie. That's why he's got a big old booty. Oh,
Yep.
up top.
I'll give you that. Even though it's an insult against me, I'll give it to you because it's true. No,
Hey,
I'm seriously.
Eric,
and so I
we-
include
We
everybody.
hate to see you go, but we love to watch you leave.
I even include the people who I've asked multiple times before and
Are you-
who have always said
No.
no. Like they always bring their own lunch. They always are
Well, that's nice.
secluded, whatever.
You include
And
them.
I'm just like, hey, I'm running to Jack in the Box. You want anything?
Oh, look
and
at
they're
you.
like,
You
looking at
never
me
do
like
it
I'm
around the
stupid,
studio.
but because I'm doing.
Nobody includes me.
So that wouldn't happen in my office simply because I'm there. But I have been in offices where that was the situation, where people would go and they had their little cliques. And if you weren't in the clique, you didn't count. You weren't even you basically you were the outsider.
And not the book, The Outsiders, with Pony Boy and all those great guys.
And I don't want to be in the clique. I just want somebody to turn around and be like, hey,
Hilarious, because
man,
that was a question on Trivia Crack earlier today that I
Wanna-
had about Pony Boy and something.
you want to go eat lunch with us? So then I can in return say, no, thank you. But thank you for asking.
Like, I really want them to ask me because I really want to say no.
No,
but I want to have the opportunity to
and I
say
get that.
no.
Lucky for me, where I work is you can't really...
I should probably at least one time be like, hey, is it cool if I come with you guys? And be outgoing like that. And then they would be like, oh,
They're like,
Actually, when they
we
talk-
only have 3 open spots in the car. I have my own. Oh.
yeah,
Actually,
but it's a secret
I
spot.
forgot I brought my lunch. Let's
it's
go.
like we all drove Vespas.
You're like, wow.
But I can follow your
But
train
I
of
can-
Vespas.
That's
You're
just
like, I'm really
weird.
good with directions, guys. Just tell me where we're going. I'll meet you
GPS
there.
on the phone.
I can use my phone.
Yeah.
Google's my friend.
Well, I was going to say, what you can do, and it might be an in, or it might be, hey, stop listening to a conversation, depending on how the people are at work. But if you can overhear what they're thinking about for lunch, and you can be like, recommend going, that place is actually really good. You should try such and such sometime. And maybe they'll be like, oh, well, you're a connoisseur of this restaurant. Why don't you come with
Oh,
us?
shit.
Or
That's
wait
a
until
foodie.
they're talking about some place that they've been
Holy
multiple
shit.
times. Like they're thinking, oh, let's go to blah, blah, blah again. And then be like, oh, that place? I just saw their health report rating. It was F-. And are you sure you want to eat there?
Or they'll
It's
turn...
okay.
Do it the other way around.
I just wanted to play my little tiny fiddle. It's really not that big of a deal. At the time, I got annoyed and I was like, I just got to write this out. And then my day went on, and I really don't care.
Or, you know what? Maybe Matthew will finally be like, hey, you know what you should try? And they turn around and they go, Matthew, you eat?
Yeah.
They're like,
I
we
thought
just assumed
we thought
that
you
because
thought
you were
you
so
were a
skinny,
robot.
we just
Oh, you're here? We didn't
You're
even
like,
know you were here.
oh.
Yeah, because I'm quiet.
there's somebody in
Yeah.
this cube?
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing.
Hey, when did they put somebody in our lunch planning headquarters?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Yeah, but in
The
my
hell?
area, like we only get 30 minutes for lunch. There's not enough time to actually go someplace because where we're like at in our
Yeah.
area, it's all like everything's way too
Oh,
busy.
I hate that so much.
So it's like I just bring my lunch every day anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, but I have my clique, I guess, you know, that I just eat lunch with. So
smokers.
yeah, why not?
Well, I usually go home and
I
chill with
have
the dog,
noticed
so.
that is one of the things. Like, it doesn't matter what other people like. Like, okay, we've got a group of rock and roll fans. They're not going to all hang out at lunch. You got a group of, people who like the TV show New Girl. They're not all going to hang out at lunch. But the smokers are always going to hang out at every break opportunity. It's just the way it works.
Well, to be fair though, I get along with everybody at my work.
And also, to be fair, New Girl is just a great show. Everybody should be a fan.
Everybody just everybody just loves me at work.
Speaking of that, Zoe's pregnant.
Were you the father?
You mean she's not a perfect virginal queen for me?
No.
Damn it.
You know, I found out that Zoe Deschanel has a sister, and she was on
Yeah.
Bones.
Yeah.
No
She's
idea.
been on Bones for that show's been going on like 9 seasons
No
or something,
idea.
right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, they do not look very much alike.
No.
Very, very, very different body styles. In the face, when they're standing together, when you see a picture of them together, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get it now.
If you were to just see them
But yeah,
by themselves, you're
independently, like I watched Bones, and it was like, that name sounds familiar. I know I've heard that name before, and then it wasn't until I like, in fact, I'm Googling
Hey,
this.
you know what we can do? This is what we should do. Next time Matthew Friday comes, or when do you usually take your lunch on Friday?
Oh, whenever.
Okay, because I was about to say what we should do is we'll hit you up on, we'll all hit each other up on Facebook, and we'll FaceTime it. So we'll all just we'll eat lunch together like that.
As long as it's a place that has
like,
Wi-Fi. I mean, I ain't doing that on my cellular data network.
Oh, you don't have. Oh, that's right.
I use so
that's
much
right.
data.
I'm a single
I'm
bachelor.
on
I have money just to throw at anything.
I have limited data on my cell phone, but even though I am constantly on it, like I am playing Trivia Crack all day long when I'm at work. I'm literally like, I have two screens in front of me on my computer, and then I've got my phone off to the side also. So I'm like doing it. I'm like, enter this order, hit enter, wait for that. Oh, okay, take my turn. Okay, now go back to this order this, do this, play my turn. Like seriously, constantly. And I have never even come close. We haven't even hit the halfway point on our data yet. And I share a data thing with 6 other lines.
6?
6 other lines are on our data plan. 30 gigs is all we get.
Oh, you have 30 gigs. Well,
yeah, we have 30 gigs. Split,
I think mine's at 10 right now.
I definitely use more than my share, but enough of the other phones, like pretty much, I say there are 6 lines on it, but there's only one other that uses a lot of data.
Yeah.
That's my wife's.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one that uses some data, my brother's. And then there's a few lines that, my dad barely turns his phone on, let alone uses data on it. And my mom uses her phone for talking and texting, but very, very rarely pulls any data for any reason.
What's your mother's name?
Lucy.
Lucy, my phone's got words on it again.
No, my dad knows. That's the weird thing is he knows how to use all that stuff. Like he's really good with computers and with everything. He just doesn't. He just doesn't choose to. I didn't turn my my phone on silent. I normally do, and somebody just played their turn on trivia.
Oh, that's what I was gonna get at with the Trivia Crack. So I started playing that with you guys. I like it, enjoy it. The only problem I'm having with it is it's telling me history is my worst subject, but I'm great at history. but all I keep seeing to be sports. I dominate on sports. I don't know shit about sports.
I have a 90% rating in art. I don't know shit about art.
It's like the weirdest thing.
My geography is my worst category. I'm at
Art's
71% at geography, and I'm like, I worked for a shipping company for 3 years. How am I this bad at geography?
It's weird. Everything else, I'm like, oh, geography, I'll do. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then sports comes up, and I'm always like, okay, and it's correct.
I guarantee all 3 of us dominate entertainment, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I always wait for entertainment to be the last one I get because I want that easy one at the end.
I want to be honest with you. I get pissed off at entertainment sometimes because the question I ask, I'm like, how dare you ask this question? This is so easy.
I see some of those in geography, too. I had a geography question the other day, and I was dreading it because it's it pops up. Geography is your worst category. I'm like, And it was for a character, to, basically it's the Trivia Crack version of a wedge in Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit.
So I was like, okay, all right, what are they going to do? And then it pulls up a picture of a flag and says, what country's flag is this? It was our fucking flag. it was the goddamn Stars and Stripes. I'm like,
it sucked.
Holy shit! I'm like, I win.
No, it'd been really bad. You're like, oh, I know this. You hit it, but your thumb slips
wrong.
And it hits
that has
Canada,
happened to me.
And you're like, you son of a bitch.
That has happened to me. That has happened to me more than one time. I can say that where I'm like, I know the answer, and I go to hit it, and I hit the wrong one, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? And it's always on the stupid easy questions.
You know what?
Too.
You should have probably gotten a bigger phone for the.
I know. I wish. I'm still waiting for Hearthstone to be available on my puny 5.7.
I might actually.
I'm waiting for it to be available for my fucking phone.
Right.
Or my iPad, but I still have first generation.
Yes,
ones.
I was going to say it is on. Okay.
So I will say this though: if you are playing Trivia Crack and you're friends with us on Facebook and everything like that, and you want to send us an invite, feel free to.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I have 2.
It's fun.
And it's the 2 people in this room.
Art's my worst category.
Really?
Yeah.
Art's one of my lower ones, but I'm still, I'm better at art than I am at geography, evidently. And history I don't do too badly at, but I think it's because the questions they ask typically are fairly easy. Also, I found that I'm a really good guesser. There's a lot of times when I'm taking that 25% roll the dice, I have absolutely not even looking at it saying, okay, I can eliminate this one, but I don't know about these. No, literally, I have no fucking clue. Just randomly hit one. Oh, there it is.
No, that's me with sports. Every single sports. I'm 100% in sports. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah, some of the sports ones are really, really easy too. I've noticed, but some of them are ridiculously hard too. They're like, where was such and such born? I'm like, first of all, I haven't even heard of this person.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to know where this guy was born?
Guess.
Exactly. That's what happens. I'm like, okay, roll the dice. Boom. And the other thing with it, whenever it's a number, if I don't know, if I have absolutely no clue, and it's a number, I look at. This is where I get scientific with it. Oh. If it's 4 different numbers that you're having to pick from, and I have absolutely no clue what the answer is, I try to get into the mindset of the person who created the question. They're not going to choose the correct answer to be either the highest or the lowest number, right? So you can eliminate the highest and the lowest number, and then you have to think, would they want me to think the answer is high, or would they want me to think the answer is low, depending on what it is? Like if it's an age question, how old was somebody when they accomplished some great thing?
So basically,
oh my gosh, man!
So basically,
so you just guess.
Can you tell me how? I can tell you this works though, like so much better than just a random guess.
So what you're telling me, Eric, is you sit there and go, "What would Jesus do?"
if Jesus happened to be the one writing the question, then
WWJD, what would you do?
One time I actually asked because the landscaper happened to be there, so I asked him what would he choose, and he picked the right answer. So,
hey, you want to go with this? Would you like to buy my oranges now?
I already told you about the damn oranges. You do the grass, you do the bushes, you leave fucking oranges at home.
Jeez, guys.
I swear.
What? Did you actually think the show would have changed from last year?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, guys.
You know who's going to keep partying, though? Because I know we said we're going to keep up on show notes, but we have nothing in the show notes.
Here's the thing, though, is we don't need to have show notes to keep up on them, because the idea of the show notes is just to kind of guide us in the segments. And so I guess that would bring us into our first segment of the evening. The Are You Not Entertained?
Well, speaking of entertainment, of course, we know one man has been in the news a lot. A lot of allegations, a lot of,
Oh my gosh, they tore him apart at the Golden Globes, didn't they?
Yes. And we can talk about the Golden Globes as well to this. But apparently he's going to keep going on, according to a new article. And just our luck. Bill Cosby has decided to join us.
Stopping by the studio. Hey, Bill, how's it going?
You see,
cover your drinks, guys.
Matthew, you're not covering your drink. Do you want some pudding?
You're doing a show in Denver?
Yeah.
Is it Denver?
You see, the greatest part about Denver is no one checks their drinks.
It's because they're not drinking. They're all smoking weed.
Do it.
It's legal.
I know. It's really hard for me.
How are you supposed to drug people who are already high? I mean, what do you do?
You see, with the dope, they don't want to go back to your place. They just want to go to the Taco Bell.
But Amy and Tina, they made some pretty funny jokes about
They
Cosby.
certainly did. My favorite part, though, was the reaction. Did you see the reactions in the crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was so polarized. It was like, there wasn't just people going, it's kind of funny. There was people like busting gut.
Well, the
and
fact that they did
like,
there and like they were doing the impressions, like, oh man.
The question I have though, do you think Tina Fey? No, it was Tina Fey. Do you think Tina Fey jumped too soon on the grenade because they weren't sure how the joke was going to land at first? If you actually watch the clip when Amy Poehler does it, like right before the laughter comes in, like Tina's like, now, Amy. Because I wasn't sure if they didn't know if the joke was going to land or not. But you did hear the laughter come, even though Amy Poehler, when she did the joke.
There's probably some.
Funny.
I'm sure they had long discussions before the show, being like, "How far are we?" Because obviously they're not going to shy away from it. They haven't. Before, they've both told
they're
jokes about Bill Cosby.
LaBeouf away
and
from
in
it.
this type of scenario, even before these latest accusations came out, they've been kind of poking at him since I think they said they went back to an episode of Saturday Night Live in like 2008 where Tina Fey had taken a poke at Bill Cosby for the same kind of stuff. It just wasn't well known yet.
Do you actually know what's really funny is the fact that I was watching old episodes of Family Guy, and they actually bring up a thing way before all this came up. They're like, this is just as bad as raunchy as Bill Cosby's sex tape. It's like, what you gonna do? And he's like stripping off everything. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the button pop. So it's just like, it's almost like I think Family Guy kind of saw things coming for other people. Well,
there have been accusations before. It's just that they were much smaller. They were kept a lot quieter, and I think what happened was, I think he had more money at the time, is what I think, and he was able to jump on it quickly and be like, "Shut up, here's some money." Whereas now he's maybe doesn't have as many means, or doesn't have people jumping on this as quickly, and these things spread.
I think he's okay.
No, I'm not saying he's. I'm not saying he's broke.
I think
I'm not saying that at all.
Doing all right.
How about stocking pudding, bitches? A pudding store on the shelf. Now they got tapioca pudding.
Did you see him? He was on Jimmy Fallon on the Tonight Show, like not too long before this all came out. And it was just so weird, like going back and watching the clips.
4.5
Did he?
months.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was a time when I saw him on that show, and it was all like, he's like, I'm getting off the couch, I'm going to lay on the floor. And Jimmy's like, what the fuck do I... Like, you could see in his face, like...
No, he kept talking about his own death. Like, he was planning his own funeral. He's like, I want the band to play what they were playing before I came out.
Do you think he
at my
has,
funeral?
like,
And he like laid on the floor and pretended to be
is
dead.
Is this like early signs of dementia, or...
I think, well, see, that's the thing, is he was making jokes about that, too. Like, when he first walked out, he walked into the crowd and sat down next to a guy on the thing saying, "Hi, Jimmy, how you doing?" instead of going to, you know...
I think it's all part of
that was an act.
his
That was
stand-up act.
obviously an act.
His
but
new
You know,
bits that he's
actually,
doing.
Matthew, with your vinyl collection, you really should find some of his old albums. They're pretty funny.
They're not hard to find.
I know after these allegations, people are giving them away on eBay for free. Speaking of eBay, Eric, how'd that thing work out for you with the bip?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so eBay can be kind of hit or miss sometimes. I thought I found a great deal. I was getting a piece of equipment to help out with the recording with the network and some podcasts. Try to get a little bit better quality on the end recordings. And so I found a guy who was selling the piece of equipment that I wanted. He had a price listed, but also or best offer on it. So I was like, okay, well, I threw out a lowball offer about just under half of what he was asking for. And he threw back a counter offer that was only like $9 more. I'm like, well, all right.
You counter offered at $4.50 less.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's split the difference. No, I was like, you know what, that works. That's okay, because I was actually prepared to pay, like, you know, I was prepared to go up about $20 from my original offer.
Nice.
And so when he only came back $9 over, I was like, all right, we're done.
Get it.
Problem was, we go and try to hook it up tonight to use it to test on the show tonight, and it doesn't work. Now, it looks like it's just the actual power cord itself, because the power cord itself is actually a separate thing from the unit. It's actually a third-party device. So I might just have to find a different one to get that to work. Mm-hmm. So it might not be the biggest deal in the world, but it really is disappointing when you get something that is purported to work. Like, I don't mind. Yes, people sell stuff that's broken on eBay, and as long as they put it in the description, this doesn't work, you're buying it for parts or for tinkering or whatever, that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's when they say works fine, and then you get it and it doesn't. That shit pisses me off. So after I, when I find a new power cable for it, if I get it working, I will be leaving my feedback and being like, hey, this is bullshit.
This is what it is.
Why did you send this power cable? Don't say that it comes with a power cable, because it also runs on batteries. It has battery backup, which we just don't have any batteries for it right now, so it could be didn't come prepared for that. So it seems to work on the batteries, or it seems to, so we'll figure it out. And in the chat room, they're asking, hey, never mind.
Yeah, I got
answered.
you covered.
Asked and answered. All right.
I told you I was trying to branch out more.
The funny part about it was I didn't pay. This part's my fault. I didn't pay much attention to. I looked at it, and I just saw that it took a memory card, and I assumed, being stupid, that it was probably
like an
SD card.
Yeah.
I just automatically assumed that. It was not an SD card. It was not even a compact flash card. It's a smart media card, which, for those that don't know, the smart media came and went in a blink of an eye. They never got more. They never manufactured higher capacities than 128 megabytes, which for podcasting purposes is kind of lame because the maximum you can get out of this particular recorder on 128 megabytes is I think they said 134 track minutes. So that means if you're recording just one track, you can get 134 minutes. The recorder actually has the capability of recording up to 4 tracks directly and then 32 digital, virtual takes, they call it. So that all cuts into your track minutes. But if you're just recording one track, which is what I'd be doing because I'd be feeding it directly out of a soundboard into the recorder at one track. The multiple tracks go into the board, one track comes out, good to go. But that's still not enough for most of our shows. It's enough for some of them, but it's not enough for most of them. So I ended up having to scrounge around finding, how can I make this work? And I found a still obsolete, just slightly less so, adapter for the Smart Media card to XD cards, which were only ever used for cameras. It actually says XD picture card, but those actually came up to 2 gigabytes. So now I have effectively a 2 gigabyte Smart Media card,
right,
which is fantastic and will be plenty of storage space as long as we can get the damn thing to work.
We'll get there. We'll be okay.
So, but yeah, that's my story. So with eBay, you got to be careful. But for the most part, I have been very lucky with eBay. I've bought a lot of things from eBay. I get stuff from like China and Taiwan all the time, phone cases and things like that are great.
Yeah.
And comparatively to where they're coming from and how much I'm paying for it, they actually get to me pretty quick. The one exception is I ordered a phone case for my phone.
Yeah.
The day after I got my phone.
On
You'll notice
phone?
I still don't have a case on this phone yet, and that's because it has not arrived yet. Now, on the bright side, the case I got, it's another.
Has it shipped?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another one of those, like I had on my old phone, the leather wallet type case. It's nice. It's supposed to be genuine leather, according to the thing. It looks really pretty. It looks really nice. It's coming from China. It was free shipping. It was $4.
Wow.
So I can expect it to take some time.
Yeah.
But if it is as described, then I'm getting a fantastic deal, even though I have to wait for it a while.
For freaking $4.
But I also got a screen protector, which I haven't bothered to put on yet, and for my phone and for my wife's phone for like $2 a piece, and they're like the tempered glass, like super screen protectors, the kind that you can take a hammer to, and it'll crack the protector, but it won't touch the actual screen. You can take it.
Wait, how many do you get of those? Because I want to test this theory now.
You only get one per pack, but you could definitely buy more than one.
The only problem is though how we're going to test them. I'm just going to whip it out and it's going to be like, but crack.
Yep, works.
Well, I definitely needed those my phone. I've always had.
Matthew can't do it. You know why?
Why?
Because black don't crack.
See, if I say something like that,
because
you'd be like,
that was clever. That was clever. And Matthew's like, yeah.
It's
rhymes. Truth.
That's
just
silly.
rhymes.
Ask
That's
Megan.
all.
That's why she married me.
Oh!
I don't want to know those reasons.
I do.
She said it before. It was funny.
No.
Wow.
You do
All
have
right.
to see them out in public. They're a cute couple.
They really are. I have
Thanks,
seen
guys.
them.
Thank you.
See you guys on Facebook too. I always have pictures together. You'll look very happy.
Our Facebook's not too crazy. Not like some people's Facebook.
No,
Okay,
what I
you know
like
what?
what I like about them is they
Not
haven't.
like some people's Facebook.
What I like about their Facebook, they haven't done the crazy thing when they combined it. When they're like, you don't need an account.
Every
We'll
time-
have one.
Every time I see that, my first question is, which one cheated?
Yeah, which one fucked up?
Which one was either cheating or using Facebook to try and cheat? I had a friend, I'm not going to name names, but I had a friend who I got a text message from, hey, I won't be on Facebook for a while. And I was like, huh? And then I pressed and I found out later that evidently he was having inappropriate chat conversations with another female who was not his girlfriend.
Okay, dude.
And she found out about it, of course,
dude,
and her
why
response
you
was
gotta
not
bring this
to...
up?
Sorry. I was saying I'm not naming names. I didn't point it out.
I've ruined marriages.
No, but I'm
mostly
like,
my own.
you know
High
what?
five.
I don't know. For me, I can't even fathom the idea of cheating myself, personally. I don't know. And I definitely wouldn't use any type of electronic media that would be so easily traceable because, how often are you on your Facebook where other people can see? I'm all the time. I'm checking, I got a notification. What's on my Facebook? And it's right there in my hand, and my wife's sitting right next to me. If it were something inappropriate, she would be able to see it. 9 times out of 10, it's you guys in the chat room. So,
Yeah.
it's like not really not a big deal. And I'm not having any appropriate conversation, so it doesn't matter.
That'll happen all the time too. I'll be like in a meeting or whatnot. My phone will be like, like vibrating. I'm like, what the?
Us going back and forth about something.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Is the sky falling? And I'll look and it'll be like, oh, fuck you, blah blah blah. Like, oh, you go suck a dick.
It's
and
us
then,
going back and forth with Spider-Man memes.
Yeah. I had to ignore. I had to hit the ignore button. I put ignore for 1 hour.
Oh, nice.
I was like, "Fuck, man!"
Now
you guys
that we
are getting nuts.
now we know this. Now that we know this, that like if you're having the notification, you're home with your wife. I know Matthew and I should just be like, "Eric, last night was amazing."
Like, guys, stop it.
Then Matthew's just
Stop
like,
it,
"Black
guys."
don't crack."
Make a fake account.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Next week,
I don't
Eric
accept-
as a mistress.
I'm not one of those guys that accepts those friend because I get those. I get those friend requests.
Yeah, I get 'em
and it's
too.
like got that little picture, and you're like, "Ooh, what's this?"
cracks
Like,
me up.
I'm like, "Do I know this person?" And I'll go check out the profile, and it's like the
Well-
only entries on their timeline are for my really good pics. Check out XXX dot something. I'm like, "Oh, I
like
see.
to go.
I see what it is."
I like to go to the mutual friends too to see which mutual
Yeah.
friend of mine has accepted that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What are you doing, dude?
You're like,
Or
know this
girl.
is a porn account, right? He's like, "Yeah, I know."
I do.
I won't get to talk about it until next week because it's happening Saturday. So Saturday night, I'm going out with a couple of coworkers.
All right.
And I'm going to be some guy's wingman at work. I'm going to help him out and everything like that.
Hey, have you met this guy?
Oh, dude, you have no idea. Like, if this guy can at least take some of the advice I'm going to give him. I already told him, I'm like, Eddie, I'm going to teach you how to live.
Where are you guys going?
We're going to Dos Gringos, and we're hitting Mill Up. I haven't hit Mill Up since
wow. Holy shit.
fucking high school, dude.
Have
I
fun.
think I've been there
Yeah.
more recently than that,
Jesus, man.
but
Yeah, it's
not by a lot.
It's gonna be. Oh, dude, I'm probably gonna get arrested. Who can I call? Either one of you.
Don't call me.
All right.
I'm like, I'm not answering the phone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't
Mill
call me.
is not all that. It never was.
I'll be
it
buying
seemed
records, man.
all
Don't call
that
me.
when you were younger and like couldn't drink because you could get away with drinking.
That's
usually.
what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for me to walk up there, and it's going to be kind of like, when you leave high school and then you have to go back for your sister's graduation or brother's graduation or whatever, family member, and you go back to your high school, you're like, this place seems a lot smaller. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to walk in the mill, be like,
Everybody looks young.
yeah, I'm going to be like,
Well, so much stuff is closed. I mean, they don't even have the movie theater down there anymore that I worked at for like 4 years. They don't have. There's so much stuff that they don't have. There's a couple of cool places still. There's
Rulabula's
Rulabula.
cool.
Yeah, I was about to say Rulabula.
They have the World of Beer place now.
Do they still have Fat Tuesdays down there? Fat Tuesdays was always
Fat
pretty
Tuesdays
good.
is
Oh
still
man,
there.
some of that. What is it? That 120 octane or whatever. That orange stuff tastes like nothing but knocks you the fuck out.
So
oh man, that's good stuff.
So the best man at my wedding his wife was having their baby shower.
Okay.
So we had a dad's shower, and we went to Fat Tuesdays.
Nice.
We got annihilated, and we took an Uber
They have
home.
all those different flavors
Oh,
of frozen
man.
things that are all like ridiculously high alcohol content, but none of them taste like it.
Here comes like a group of like 6 dudes just like annihilated coming into the baby shower after it was done. Just be like, oh man, yeah, that was a fun day. It was like a dad's day. Like,
Nice.
let's go hang out with our dude who's having a baby. It was cool.
That was pretty cool.
yeah, I tried one of
So
those,
Fat
but
Tuesdays
apparently
is
you
cool.
have to know the family to just hang out with a guy who's having a baby. It's just weird.
And was it like
Especially when I showed up, I was like, say that, when's the kid gonna get born? You wanna come down to my cellar? I got a whole bunch of popsicles. Oh, you're starting to piss me off, you piggly son of a bitch. Call me!
So we're still on the entertainment segment?
Yeah, it was obviously the big entertainment news this week was the Oscar nominations
Yes,
were released.
Matthew brought that up.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any of the movies nominated for Best Film?
I probably not best film. I guaranteed I've probably seen everything that's probably nominated for animated film. I guarantee it.
I understand that for animated film there was one big snub that everybody was talking about.
It was a very big snub. Everything is not awesome. I'm surprised.
What was what?
Lego Movie wasn't.
Lego
What?
Movie was not nominated for
Yeah.
animated
Are
feature
you
film.
Just to me, that
You
would have
got
been my pick.
Big Hero 6,
Okay, that was good.
Box Trolls,
I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see it.
How to Train Your Dragon 2,
I actually really like that one. Though.
Song of the Sea,
Fuck that.
and The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Kaguya?
How about the tale of
Kaguya?
fuck you? Lego Movie should have been in that
Yeah,
because you know why?
There's a lot of people saying that.
No.
This
You
is
know why?
Completely bull.
You know why, Eric? The Lego Movie should have been in there.
Because it was a good movie.
No, because everything is awesome.
But everything. That's what I was just saying, man. Everything is not awesome.
So out of these films,
it
I want to know.
wasn't-
I know. Matt sees the most movies. I think out of any of the three of us, you would be definitely a close second. I am a distant third. But even it surprised me that I hadn't. Usually, by the time Oscar nominations come around, I've seen one or maybe two of the nominated films. I have seen zero of these nominated films. The films nominated, first of all, they keep adding more every year. Like, eventually, we're going to get to a point where every movie that comes out during the year is actually nominated for Best Picture. But here are the 9 nominations for Best Film. American Sniper.
I do want to see that.
Want to have...
No, it just came out like today.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's the one that it was nominated before it even came out. Okay, but so we'll give you a pass on that one, Matthew.
Thank you.
Birdman.
No,
Yeah, I
wanted
do.
to.
I wanted to see that.
Want to see it, but haven't.
You know why?
Haven't?
Because my
Okay.
girlfriend's in it, Emma Stone.
Oh. Boyhood,
Wanted to.
I wanted to see it as well,
but haven't. Okay.
I haven't. Yes,
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
wanted to see it, but haven't. But it is on the HBO Go right now.
Yeah,
So
it
if
is.
you
It's
people do
already
have
on HBO Go.
It's
And
on
nominated for- that's pretty
HBO's
awesome.
been playing the
That
shit
is
out
by
of it.
that's by
Well, yeah, it's
what's his
nominated
face?
for an Oscar. I mean, shit.
Who's God? I should know this director. Who's the director?
It's Wes Anderson.
Yes, Wes Anderson. Thank you.
That guy. Okay. The Imitation Game.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, that's the one where Benedict Cumberbatch is
Right.
playing Alan Turing. That one I want to see.
I wanna see that one.
Okay,
Real
I
bad.
did see the preview for. Is that when he's blonde?
I don't think so.
I don't think
no.
so.
He's playing Alan Turing, basically the inventor of the computer. He's the guy who essentially
Oh no,
created
I was
the
thinking
Enigma
of a
machine.
completely
And
So-
deciphered the
different-
Nazi
okay.
code.
Yeah. He's yeah. And then he ended up killing himself because he was gay and was not accepted in any way, shape, or form. So it's a very sad story, but it's a very interesting story. So I'm really wanting to see that. Selma.
Never even heard of it.
Me neither. Matt.
Just recently came out. Have not
Okay.
seen it.
The Theory of Everything. This is another one I want to see.
I want to see it.
Is this
too.
with?
It's about Stephen Hawking.
I heard. Okay, I heard that we're going to play that on the Discovery Channel.
It wouldn't surprise. The thing that I wanted to see it until I read that it was more about. Basically, the entire movie was the love story between him and his wife, and I'm like, that's really not the yeah, that's cool, good for him, good
Yeah.
for her, everything, but that's not like he has done so many more interesting things that I'd rather hear about. But I still probably want to see it, but I haven't yet. And then the final one is Whiplash.
This is out of any of those movies. That's the one I want to see the most.
Whiplash.
But you haven't.
Whiplash.
I
What is
haven't.
the point of the
What
story?
is Whiplash?
Well,
about?
because-
I don't know.
It didn't get a wide release. It was all
right.
like independent art house film.
According
Like,
to the review, Whiplash is exquisite and painful. Hits all the right notes. Who's in it? I guess
Weird.
It's about
That's my.
There's a guy
Yelp review.
playing some drums, and there's a very intense-looking bald man
Oh,
staring at him.
J.K. Simmons,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Okay, yes.
he's the
He's the conductor
coach or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it, the
for
teacher.
music. Yeah, the teacher. There we go.
And he teaches the kid. The last movie I saw that this kid was in was That Awkward Moment. He played opposite Zac Efron.
Yeah.
He's been in a couple other movies too. But yes, I want to see that movie. I do.
So, basically, to run down the synopsis here, 9 movies all nominated for Best Picture. All 3 of us have not seen a single one of them.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Oscars that kind of irks me.
Okay.
Is a lot of these movies just came out in the last 3 months. Like,
yeah.
Well, they do that on purpose
I-
because they're fresh in people's mind.
I know,
They hold
but
on
it's
to
like-
movies that
it's
they
fucking
think
annoying, man.
will be Oscar bait.
oh, actually,
It's not just about the time that they're released. It's not like, oh, this movie came out recently, so I'm going to nominate it. It's studios specifically say, hey, they look at a movie and they think, hey, this one might have a chance, so we're going to release it late so it is fresh. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will.
I get to be that one-upper right now.
Oh.
So my brother, my eldest brother, actually did some acting and he's a scab and all that kind of stuff now. He's in the Actors Guild and all those kind of things. He's not like a well-known actor, but he's done some little thing. So, but what they get earlier before everybody else gets them, and that's why most of these things get nominated, is they get the screeners for them first. We did actually get those, so we got to see a lot of movies. In fact, it was weird because my parents were like, "What?" This was the year that the The Dark Knight was nominated.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of interesting to have that kind of. I was all like, and then it was funny because then I heard like Kevin Smith on his podcast talking about it with him and Scott Mosier because they're part of the industry, so they would get those. I'm like, we got those one time. I'm like you for once.
You're like, hey, you're just like me.
But yeah, so you would get those in advance before they even hit theaters. So then all the people basically will put in their votes in already, and then that's probably why most of these movies get the release dates that they get because they figure, these have already been nominated for the Oscars. Let's get them out now, so people will be like, I got to go see that. It was nominated. It must be good, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so pissed off with the Lego
basically
movie,
a self-fulfilling prophecy. When they find out that, okay, this one has a chance, so we're going to make sure that it releases close to the nominations so that people see the nomination and then go see the movie because it's nominated.
Yeah.
And it works because there are people who just go, I haven't seen that movie and it's nominated. I better go check it out. And so they will watch a movie that they had no intention of watching simply because it was nominated.
So Oscars are February 22nd.
February 22nd.
So we have a little bit of time to get our picks in. Both of you guys should look at the nominees.
That's right. We need to do that again.
Yes.
I will attempt to see.
Since I won last year. Ow!
Reigning champion Matthew here.
Hell yeah.
So you know that.
Wants a
Okay, so
rematch.
Matthew
All right.
won last year. So when it's February
22nd.
February 22nd. So next week, should we do our Oscar picks or should we wait the next week?
I think
Let's
we
do
should-
the following week
Yeah, I
because
think
that'll be
we
the
should wait
30th.
till
That'll be
February.
2 weeks.
Okay, why-
Oh, you want to wait until February? I guess we got.
Well, why I'm
February
asking
6th.
is I want everyone to put their picks in, and then I want to do a thing online for everybody who's listening to us. They can cast their votes who they think is going to win, either Eric, Matthew, or Steve.
There you go.
For the Oscar picks.
We'll
And
throw it
whoever
out there.
wins will get a nice Instagram picture of Bob Dylan.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad you got Bob on board for that. So I'm definitely going to be. Some of these movies I'm definitely going to check out. I wanted to see Birdman already.
Yeah, I
I
wanna
wanted
see
to
that.
see The Imitation Game already. I wanted to see
Yes.
The Theory of Everything already.
Yes.
I might check out some of these other ones. The Grand Budapest Hotel I've heard good things about,
Yes.
so I might check that out. American Sniper. I like
definitely-
snipers, so
No, I definitely
might
want to see
check
that
out.
because Bradley Cooper's in it, and I'm like, after seeing,
I like the book One Shot. I like that movie with Mark Wahlberg.
I like-
Shooter.
I like
that was
snipers.
Good.
What? No.
American Sniper? It's got sniper in the name? Okay, I'm
Sniper
going.
in the name.
I like snipers.
Let's see here. So for Best Actress,
Eric's like, I'm not seeing that. It's called Sniper Number 1. I'm there.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm there. Are you kidding me?
you go in there like,
Sniper 6?
Eric keeps falling for that joke. He's like, hey, Eric, you want to go snipe hunting? He's like, fuck yeah.
hells yeah.
You gonna have
Only if we
sniper
can
there?
snipe them.
So, they're going to be a sniper there?
So weird.
What's his name?
Why is John Travolta with Eric?
I don't know.
I like snipers too. It's so weird.
Is
They get the
Sniper?
best bottom
So
massages.
weird. I give snipers bottom massage.
Is there a
It's so
sniper
weird.
there?
So weird. So weird. Hey, Eric, you want to be Mr. Kata?
So, yeah, I think we should wait until February to do that.
All right,
All
sounds
right.
good.
First week of February, we'll
So
put in our
this will
picks.
be our
How about
second
that?
annual Oscars.
Second. Oh my gosh, we've been doing this long enough to be doing things like second annual.
I know,
now.
it's
That's
so
crazy.
weird, isn't it?
That's
So who's going to
crazy.
host it? Should we get Nicolas Cage because he hasn't left the studio yet?
No. No.
We'll find somebody good to host
Not
the
at all.
Oscar party. Maybe that would be a good. We have people who who are associated with the network who are involved in the film industry in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
We can get them involved.
We
Maybe
can
we
get them
can get
involved.
Steve and Jeff from the 12A
Yeah.
Productions to come in. They
that
are
would be-
always on the pulse of this stuff.
That'd
so
be fun.
maybe we'll talk to them about coming in for our Oscar extravaganza
That'd be good.
for sure.
They make me feel like they're like the Rotten Tomato guys. Like they'll be like they would work. I don't know if they're down for it. This is something since we're trying new segments. Maybe every so many months we should have them especially with the summer blockbusters coming out. We should have them come on the show and get their prediction of what they think is going to be the biggest selling summer movie or something
all
like
right.
that. You know.
I will be talking to Steve in the next couple of weeks. To get some. Well, Matt's playing footsie with me, and I think I like it.
Yes. Again, the single guy still doesn't get not even gay action.
So
am I not pretty enough for you?
I want to check out a few more of these categories here. Best actress in a leading role.
Okay.
We've got Marion Cotillard. I'm probably not saying her name.
I have no idea who that is.
Because I don't know who she is. From In 2 Days, 1 Night. Seen it? No? Okay.
Sounds like
Felicity
my weekend.
Jones in The Theory of Everything. We already know we all haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Julianne Moore in Still Alice.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Rosamund Pike, one of Ziggy's favorites, in Gone Girl, which that's another one I want to see.
Saw it.
You saw it? Hey, we finally hit one.
I do. Yeah, I want to see that Gone Girl.
It's awesome.
13 movies later.
I will tell you this, though. They did a really good connection with that movie, Gone Girl, because this is the transition movie where Ben Affleck gets so angry and then becomes Batman.
Oh, all right. Okay. I do want to see Gone Girl. I've heard it's good. I want to check it out. And then Reese Witherspoon in Wild. Have you seen Wild?
Haven't seen it, but
No, not Wild. I'm surprised that one movie hasn't had anything talked about. It's the one with Joaquin Phoenix is in it, and like everybody's in it. That weird
Inherent Vice or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a new one too. It's like that one comes out today
I'm
or
not sure.
next week or something.
Here we
Or
go
came out
for actor in a leading role. We've got Steve Carell from Foxcatcher.
Haven't
That's
seen
another
it.
one
Yeah,
I want to
too.
see.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Okay. Bradley Cooper in American Sniper.
It should have been Bradley Cooper for Rocket Raccoon.
It's going to sniper. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Imitation Game. Then we've got Michael Keaton for Birdman. And then Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. I believe he's the guy who plays Stephen Hawking in that. So, again, basically the same, except for Foxcatcher, everything that was listed for lead actor was also nominated for Best Picture. Unlike Best Actress, where only one of the movies. Interesting.
Yes.
Hollywood's still a boys' club. Director, we've got Alejandro G. for Birdman. Richard Linklater for Boyhood, Bennett Miller for Foxcatcher, Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Morton Tildum for The Imitation Game.
Has he won? Anderson,
Wes Anderson?
Wes Anderson?
I have no idea.
I don't
Just
know.
give it to him.
I would
this year.
assume that he
Give
would
it to
have
him this
though.
year. No, usually, okay, if
For
they
like
have
the
it,
Royal Tenenbaums or something.
this is what I've learned. If
Oh,
they get
Keira Knightley's in The Imitation Game? I didn't even know
she
that.
is. She's
I totally got to watch that now.
She plays opposite of Cumberbatch.
She also plays opposite of apparently.
Well,
returning
I
my
already
phone
wanted
calls.
to see it. Now I want to see it even more. Awesome.
I don't
and
like her.
she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Well,
She does nothing for me.
wow.
Really?
I dig her.
It's like her and Angelina, man.
Oh, see, Angelina,
Oh, see,
I'm totally
Angelina,
with you.
no,
not
thank you.
a fan. She's just weird looking. I think, see, the thing with Keira, I think there's certain times when she turns just the right angle and it's like, whoa, what the hell?
Oh.
But then most of the time I look at her, I'm like, oh, all right.
Okay.
I can get down with it. She's too skinny for my taste, I will tell you that.
Yeah.
She's got way too skinny a body type. I prefer a little meat on the bones, just my preference. But
Hey,
Well, then again, we really
then we get
can't
into
base
Emma
Eric's-
Stone, nominated for supporting actress for
Yep.
Birdman.
Yeah, she was my supporting actress. Boom.
And then the hottest one of the bunch, Meryl Streep, nominated for Into the Woods.
No, not gonna lie. She showed up at my doors like, "We need to fuck." I'd do it just for
It's
the
a story. Yeah, I'll take the story, but
it's fucking Meryl Streep.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, it's like a fine wine. Gets better with age.
It's like Susan Sarandon.
we talked about animated
Whoa,
feature.
What?
Supporting actor. We got Robert Duvall for The Judge. Another movie. Seen?
I did want to see that actually with Robert Downey Jr. and yeah,
Haven't.
it's
Ethan Hawke
Iron
for
Man before he
Boyhood.
becomes Iron Man.
All right. Edward Norton also in Birdman. Mark Ruffalo for Foxcatcher.
That's
and
right.
J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. We talked about animated. There's documentary, short subject, foreign language, adapted, original screenplays. Birdman, Boyhood, Foxcatcher, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. That's actually one I wanted to see.
Yeah, it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay. That's pretty much the only thing so far. We've got
Jake
animated short
Jake
film,
Gyllenhaal's
live
in
action
that
short
one.
film, makeup and hairstyling. First time I see Guardians of the Galaxy on the list for makeup and hairstyling. All right.
It's gonna be the only time.
It
you see it.
should have been more than that. That was such a great movie.
It was a good movie.
It's Oscars.
Yeah. Well, obviously it couldn't be nominated for original score. Well, original score it could have.
I mean,
how many
for-
score pieces were there
for
actually?
its original score?
Yeah,
it could,
for the
but
score,
not for the
not the
awesome
soundtrack.
mix. Right.
The soundtrack is separate from the score, but I'm trying to remember if was there much of a score? Or did they use the soundtrack as the score?
No, there's a full album.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. But obviously, it wasn't good enough to win for best original score. Not an original song either, obviously. But Everything Is Awesome from the Lego Movie did get nominated for best original song.
Oh, yeah, that better win then.
Along with Glory from Selma, Grateful from Beyond the Lights. I'm not going to miss you.
I'm actually kind of angry. Like the only two like animated films I saw this year that I was just like, it's such a good movie was the Lego Movie and How to Train Your Dragon 2. Because How to Train Your Dragon 2 had some fucked up shit in that.
Big Hero 6 was rad.
No, don't get me wrong.
Big Hero 6 made me cry.
Okay, you think Big Hero 6 made you cry? Fucking How to Train Your Dragon 2. I was with a girl and I was all like, oh, allergies, fucking allergies.
Big Hero 6 made me cry.
No, I was sitting there with my brother. I didn't care. I'm tearing up. Me and him were like, because I was like that. I was like, dude, would you have gone back in the building? He's like, no. I was like, you're a fucking horrible brother. You wouldn't have probably even made me this robot. Fuck you.
Well, we'll have to take a look at those and
there's I'm
do
trying
some
to see if there's any
investigation.
other notable things. Costume design, another
since you guys are going to
for
want to get it in your references because I'm going to win again.
Yeah, probably.
A bunch of movies I haven't seen, even for costume design. Grand Budapest, Inherent Vice. That's the first time I've seen Inherent Vice on the list for costume design. Into the Woods, which is a fucking musical. So
Into the Woods.
Wait, Into the Woods is a musical?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so seeing that this weekend.
Yeah, so go for it. I've heard it's really good if you like musicals, because my wife saw it with my daughter and they loved it.
Can we do a musical episode one time?
Of course, but that's different. I will be in a musical. I just don't want to watch musicals. There's a difference, except for Gallivant. Have you guys been watching Gallivant?
I gave up on that.
Fucking hilarious. Dude.
Really?
Oh my god.
Okay, it started off.
What's Gallivant?
It's a
4-part miniseries
on
ABC.
Yeah, I'm like the internet. I don't know.
Was
I
it
don't know
that
fucking
I
networks,
watched it on
man.
Hulu.
Was it that comedy thing?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like Ricky Gervais is in it. A bunch of other people are in it.
Ricky, I haven't even. I'm only
totally
into episode
forgot
3,
about it.
and I haven't seen Ricky Gervais yet.
Really?
I think he's only in episode 4 because he's
shit.
not in episode 1, 2, or 3.
So
it is. I found it hilarious.
I watched.
It's kind of like. Did you ever see Spamalot?
Yes.
It's kind of got that vibe, but just kind of a different take on it. But oh man, I'm digging it. First of all, I love the guy who plays the king. He played Lassiter in Psych. I love him. The guy who plays his squire, I can't remember his name. That guy is fucking hilarious.
Well, the one
the chick's hot as hell.
They even have the guy from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Vinny Jones. Vinny Jones is in it. Oh man, he doesn't sing.
Because it was funny.
He's usually just talking, but he does the dance. It's hilarious.
my parents watched it. I was like, "Why does that guy look familiar?" I literally just look at her and just go, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch." Shouldn't get that either.
I completely forgot about that.
No, so I watched a little bit of it, and I liked where it was going.
Down the
I liked where it was going, but me being a thespian.
I mean, go ahead.
I said thespian, not lesbian. Get your head out of your ass, Eric. I was like, oh, this is funny with the funny musical and stuff. And I'm like, okay, now you're just running it into the ground.
I dug it. And this is coming from a non-musical fan. Like, I don't dig musicals unless there's really a good story being told or it's funny. It's the only time I can deal with musicals. Like, I watched that fucking, that new Black Annie shit. That fucking shit was lame as crap.
Oh, that's right. You got forced to that.
Yeah, that
it's
was
a hard knock life
the only
for
thing
Black Annie.
The only thing I appreciated about that movie was the fact that they acknowledged, like they would break into song and dance at random intervals, but other characters would acknowledge that it was happening and that it was weird.
Oh, okay.
So I that was the one thing that was like, oh, that's kind of cool, because like this one guy started breaking into song or whatever, and the girl's sitting there going like, are you singing to me? I'm like, okay, that line right there was funny. The rest of this movie, shit. But that line cracked me up.
Well, actually, that's why I can't wait for it to get released on the DVD Blu-ray combo pack, because it's going to be the unrated one, because as soon as they bust out the songs, you're just going to hear, what the fuck?
Let's take a quick look here. I'm seeing if there's anything else of note here. Sound editing, sound mixing. How is that a different thing? I don't know. I guess whatever. Production design, a lot of good stuff. Visual effects. Here's another Guardians of the Galaxy nomination, along with Captain America Winter Soldier.
No, I'm sorry.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Interstellar, and X-Men Days of Future Past. So basically, here's the one set of movies that I've seen almost everything on the list.
I'm going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, but I do have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes that I have to watch.
I need to see Interstellar still, and I need to see Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
but I need to see the first new Planet of the Apes first. Rise?
You haven't seen Rise? Oh.
I have it sitting at home waiting for me.
I'll say this, like, for a reboot of a movie or
for a reboot of a reboot?
Reboot of a
reboot of a reboot of a reboot.
Well, I'll say this. This is the first time that they've done it, and you're sitting there going like, okay, not only are you taking the concept, but you're actually making it like fresh.
Right.
Like literally James Franco in that, like he did a phenomenal job. So Rise,
I like James Franco as an actor. I think he seems to me like probably a horrible human being. But as an actor, I actually like him.
Eric, he's like me. You know me. I'm a horrible human being, but as an actor, everyone loves me.
But yeah, so the only category that I've seen most of the films is visual effects.
I'll be watching Rise because I have it. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I'll watch that Monday, so I can give a movie review next Friday. But I loved Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I thought it was a really good reboot.
Yeah, I wanted to see that, and I have it. I literally have it sitting home waiting for me. I want to check it out because I actually, confession time, I actually kind of enjoyed the last reboot of Planet of the Apes.
The Tim Burton?
The one with Helena Bonham.
Did you hear the other thing with them?
Oh, they got divorced, or they're getting divorced, or they're split up. Either way,
so you know what that means. I have a chance.
You have a chance with Tim Burton now?
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
I'm going to be the next Batman.
I was about to say, because he's the more attractive of the two, in my opinion. She's kind of scares me.
Honestly, though.
And it's not just because she was Beatrix Lestrange, either, which is part of it.
I will say this. This might change your tune. Shows up at your door.
The story.
Story, right?
Yeah. Tim Burton shows up on my door. I'm banging him for the story.
Exactly. No, but she shows up at your door for the story. But while you're in the bedroom, before anything happens, you go, can you hex my dick?
Yeah. Come on. Give me an Wingardium Leviosa here.
Yes. Come on. Only time that line would work.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
And then if it doesn't, if things don't work, if you're having a bad day, whatever, you can be like, you did it wrong.
No, if it doesn't,
you said it wrong. It's Leviosa.
No, if it doesn't work, you go, you're not a fucking wizard.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
You muggle.
Your magic wand ain't making my magic wand work.
You're a muggle. You tricked me.
Muggle, get out of here.
Get out of here, muggle.
Then you're telling the story, you're like, I kicked that bitch out because she couldn't do fucking magic.
Actually, come back. I mean, we're already in the middle of it, so I might as well just come back. We'll finish this.
Finish what?
Oh.
Myself off. Oh.
Whoa. Ew. All right. Hey, why don't we go ahead and take a quick break? When we come back, we'll hit into one of our other segments, since we've been talking about entertainment for the whole first half of the show.
I do say, if everyone's okay with it, playing with ourselves, because I do have some stuff to talk about with that.
Hey, me too. It's going to be Hearthstone. Spoiler alert.
Emma Stone?
No.
No.
So
that's what I've been playing.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Check out some tunes from the Fro-Man while we're gone. And we are back. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us during the break. Hope you enjoyed the songage from the Fro Man over there. Don't forget to... you got plans for a Fro show to be coming up at some point
I do.
in the near future?
I need to get it scheduled. I've got
Huh?
2 local artists that I've been talking to, and I feel like an asshole because I talk and then I don't deliver. So
Sounds like me in the bedroom.
I got a lot. I got a lot going on my plate, though, man. Like
You do.
moving and shit.
I
Man.
Yes, I know. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to his housewarming party.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I'm going to get... Do you have a pool?
No.
That's good news.
No, it's not good news.
Because
I was going to get...
want to get too drunk and pass out in the
No,
pool.
what I
and
want.
drown
No, what I
death
wanted to do.
because
I wanted to reenact Billy Madison, where Eric and I are in the pool, and I go, "What day is it?" And Eric goes, "October."
As long as we can have Nudie Magazine Day, that's all I care about.
Nudie Magazine Day.
There's something I'm supposed to do today.
And then Matthew walks out and goes, "What the fuck?"
Why are you guys still in my fucking backyard?
Yeah, you're like,
he's like,
you're
"It's
like the
Wednesday."
party was
God damn.
a month ago. Like seriously, guys.
Eric, do we need to talk? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wait, we were talking about entertainment.
we were talking about entertainment.
So, I watched a movie yesterday
Congratulations.
in 3 parts because I watched it for breakfast. Then I went home for lunch and I watched a little bit, and then I watched the rest of it that
I've done
evening.
that. I've done that
Before
where
I
I
went
watched
to practice.
watched something on my way to work, not while driving, of course. But
Of
basically
course
while
not.
driving, and then watch a little bit on my lunch break, and then on my way home. So yeah, I've done that.
So what did you guys? What did you step into Eric's realm of movies, or did you watch?
No,
Okay.
fuck not.
What?
No way, dude.
What's
I'm
my
not,
realm
I'm
of
not
movies?
going. You're fucking tier 3 Netflix shit.
Oh! You meant going down the
No,
rabbit
dude,
hole. Going
no
down the
way.
rabbit hole.
Basically,
Gotcha.
like, I'm
no, you were watching something good.
Basically, next week or this week, I'm supposed to jump down the Reddit rabbit hole
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
doing with Netflix.
Yeah, which I haven't watched anything this last week because the only
bummer.
thing I watched was
So Matthew,
what did I watch? Did I watch something? I don't think I watched
Friends,
anything.
right?
Yeah, I've been watching Friends for the past 3 weeks.
I'm waiting on Friends.
I'm actually going next. Wait, what's today? Is today Friday? Today's Friday. Of course, we're doing the show on Friday. I'm going to a Friends-themed party tomorrow night.
Who are you going as?
Chandler.
Yes.
Yes.
But it,
Got a sweater vest. Gonna wear it with a collared
Hate to break
shirt.
it to you,
Could I
Eric, though.
be any more in costume?
Eric, I hate to break it to you though, you're not Chandler though. You know why?
Everybody tells me I'm more Ross than Chandler, but I feel more Chandler than Ross.
No, I'm more Chandler than anybody here. You know why? Third nipple. So 5. Anyways,
But he had
Matthew,
that removed. So
Yeah, that's
season
why I
2,
didn't remove
FYI.
mine because I don't want to lose my comic power.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew,
So what movie were you
yeah, I was
watching,
just gonna
Matthew?
I watched the remake of Evil Dead.
The remake.
say- Ooh, how? Well, first off, it is directed and written by Sam Raimi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so
and
it's-
wasn't what's his bucket? How the fuck do I not know that name? What's in this beer?
Bruce Campbell?
Bruce Campbell is the name I was looking for. That was a.
I thought he produced it. I don't think he was in it.
I know he wasn't in it, but I know he was involved.
He might have been involved in it. He
But
definitely
anyways,
wasn't in it.
Matthew, what did you think?
It was a remake in 2013.
Oh shit! It's been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still remember like when it came out. But
Yeah, 2013. It was a relationship, had a life. Yeah, it was weird.
it was directed by Fede Alvarez.
Yeah.
I don't think Sam Raimi had.
I thought he
anything
had
to do with
something
this.
to do with it.
Was this a different remake that we were talking about? I feel like there was another remake coming more recently that maybe hasn't come to fruition
Okay,
yet.
did he
Maybe.
produce it? I thought Sam Ramis was involved at some point or another.
Definitely not Harold Ramis.
I don't know.
Too
I don't
soon.
know. I don't know.
Anyways, what did you think? Because I absolutely love the Evil Dead series. I love Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2,
This
and
one was
Army of Darkness.
fucking gory.
That's what I've heard.
like.
Was it funny?
It wasn't funny.
Okay,
No.
so they took all comedy out of it.
This was like a straight fucking gore flick.
Okay.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah, because I heard
don't
there's
know
a
about
part
that.
where like a woman takes like a razor blade and like just cuts her tongue.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which to me, best first date ever.
I mean, it just straight gore.
Any
I haven't really watched
story?
I mean, it's
Well,
fucking
but
horror
Well,
flick.
no, because there's movies that have like the first Saw The first Saw
First
was
Saw is
awesome.
amazing.
Yes, it was gory as shit, but
Yeah.
it also had a great story and great
did.
psychological drama going
This one,
on.
not so much. It was
Saw 2 through
fucking
57 or whatever. the
5
fuck they're on.
teenagers, one of them being a brother and a sister, go into a cabin in the woods that used
There was
to
a
be.
movie they called
And,
it.
yeah,
That actually
used
is a really
it's
good movie.
one. That used to be their family cabin.
Okay.
Haven't been there in years.
Of course.
The sister is a recovering drug addict, so she's going there to
Typical.
basically
Sisters.
get rid of her habit and go through her withdrawals, and she's with her friends
Okay,
and
did
stuff
somebody
like that.
watch me and my sister last weekend? Because that's exactly what we did.
Wow.
Well,
You
so
can hear all about it on the Underground Railroad right here on the Fried Radio Network.
Yeah, I don't know if that show's coming back.
Oh, shit. Maybe tell me before I plug a show. Shit.
So shit, they go there, start doing that stuff. They find, they walk in, they're like, "What's that smell?" Or at least the girl with withdrawals.
Yeah, that's what I
withdrawals
say
and
on
stuff.
first
She's like,
dates. High five.
"What's that smell?"
Oh.
So nobody else smells it. And then she starts going through her symptoms. Excuse me.
Okay.
And she's like, "How come nobody can fucking smell that?" So then they go down.
Because the rest of us aren't addicted to heroin, bitch.
They go down into the
I'm
cellar
just guessing.
and they find all these dead cats hanging from the ceiling and all this witchcraft type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They find this evil book.
Oh. And they open it.
Dude starts to
Fucking
read the book.
stupid, motherfuckers.
Starts saying the key words, so all
Oh,
these
what the
fucking
fuck?
To be
demons
fair,
come,
though-
and she becomes possessed. And
course.
each one of then so
Okay.
it's just fucking gory, man.
To be
It's
fair,
so gory.
though, when you're in a horror movie, your common sense glands are removed.
Evidently. That's what they make actually
You know what?
the
No,
evil
fuck
books
that.
out of.
That's something.
They're actually...
That is fucking bullshit. First of all, if I walked into this cabin with a group of friends, I'd be like, okay, I don't know about this place. First of all, there's probably spiders everywhere. Not down. I'm not going to stay here.
I fucking forgot about
I'm not going to stay here.
Yeah.
Second
You're
of
just
all,
mad because if there was a Fern horror movie, you'd be the first one dead. Because there's no Big Titted Blonde to go
and
first.
then, wait, we're going to go
Yeah.
down to the cellar? Okay, yeah, let's go down the cellar. Oh, the first step is rotted, so when you first step on it, it starts to crease down. Oh, that's fucking foreshadowing. So then we go down into the fucking basement. Oh, what's this? Just this random door in the back? Oh, yeah, let's just fucking walk in there. Oh, there's all these dead fucking hanging cats. This book back there wrapped in a black garbage bag surrounded by barbed wire.
Wait,
you know
they
what?
went past barbed wire
Oh,
to
man.
get to this fucking book?
I'm so fucking curious.
Like everything else, like the cats, okay, I'd go past the cats.
I just got-
the black plastic bag, whatever. Maybe they were just protecting it from mold.
I'm just like,
That I'd go past.
I'm so
Barbed
curious.
wire, I'd be like, you know what? Somebody doesn't want us to touch this fucking book.
I'm too curious. I have to open this. Like, no, go fuck yourself, dude. How about
and then
you
even
go?
if I opened it, why are you going to read it out loud?
Not only that, but you unwrap it and you realize that it's like covered in human skin that's like been
well, to be fair,
sewn
did they
together.
DNA tested? I mean, it
What?
could be any
Like,
kind
are
of
you
skin.
kidding me? And then you open it up and it's like this book of just evil, demonic crap. Oh, you know what?
But was it in like Latin and
I
shit?
didn't
Maybe they
bring
didn't know
a
what
book,
it meant.
and I'm dying to fucking read.
Really?
You're like, I totally forgot my nook.
I can't go to sleep without reading, so let me just do
Gotta
this.
read, bro.
Abute, blah, blah, blah.
Also,
First of all, how
I
the
can't
fuck?
read to myself. I have to read it out loud.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
You can't internally read it. You
like-
have to say it
It's
out
like
loud.
You sit down in the chair. Tonight is story time. Here we go.
So-
from the Book of Dead People.
And then how do you
apparently.
even know how to pronounce this stuff?
exactly.
I'd see these words and be like, what?
Wait a minute, you're too
Like, what-
stupid to read to yourself. You
Like,
can
what
pronounce
is
Latin
this?
perfectly.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
You know
And
what?
then-
Your friends would raise their hand and be like, fuck you. You don't know Latin.
So, I mean, it's
Like-
perfect because the girl,
Liechtenstein.
the girl's going through withdrawal, so they think, oh,
Yeah.
she's just going through her symptoms. This bitch is being nuts. No, hello, bitch's eyes are orange. She's puking up blood, and
Oh
like,
no! Didn't you know that's a typical symptom of
heroin.
heroin withdrawal?
like stupid early 20-year-olds. Like, come on, man.
This is what I
But
say.
if you want to see
Children
a
are
gory ass flick, check out the remake of Evil Dead.
I will say this, though.
2013.
This is my motto of why children are no longer our future because of that kind of shit.
Well, I mean, I watched it.
No, I know. Well, everybody does, dude. You always find something, you'll watch it, you'll be like, okay. But I was curious about that because, like, I got mixed reviews about that movie because I love the Evil Dead series. I absolutely love it.
I've never seen it. That was the first one I've seen.
Really? Dude, no, you okay? Oh, I will say this. Okay, the first one is actually supposed to kind of be serious, but it's so B movie that it comes out as a comedy. So as soon as Sam Raimi, like, it did well. As soon as Sam Raimi saw that,
I heard all about it off the Nerdist, like,
Yeah.
because he was on there and he said how they went to Europe first and got funding there before it even came to the States and all. So the story behind Evil Dead is kind of fascinating. I just haven't seen the original.
Yeah, so basically, like, how it comes off as a fucking, like,
I mean,
you know,
the bitch gets a fucking chainsaw and all that shit. So I
Yeah.
mean, so
As one does.
but it comes off like,
but it's not like Ash where it's like
Yeah.
his name's Ash, right?
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, fucking
Ash Ketchum.
Well,
Ash Ketchum.
it's kind of
And
funny
he has to
because
catch 'em all.
the main girl's
Wait, no,
name
it's
was
someone.
Mia, so Ash, ASH, Mia, MIA. You know, like.
But it's like it comes off as a comedy the first one, but then
I thought that was kinda
as soon as Sam
interesting.
Raimi realized that when they were like, "Yeah, we want you to do a second one," he's like, "Fuck it, I'm doing a comedy then," and that's when we got the fucking Army of Darkness, and then apparently there's supposed to be an Evil Dead series coming soon.
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
I heard
Is
that.
that what
Yeah.
he's involved? Maybe
I think-
that's
I
what
think
I'm
that's
thinking.
because
what-
I did hear Bruce Campbell was supposed to be involved
Okay,
with that.
that's
so.
yeah. I know there was something Evil Dead related that Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi were officially involved with, and that's where it is.
And I did hear that Bruce Campbell did want to do Jason versus Freddy versus Ash.
Ooh, I got my money on Ash.
Oh,
to
dude,
tell you
I
the
fucking
truth.
got him on Ash.
Freddy takes out Jason, Ash takes out Freddy.
I like Freddy.
That's how I have
Speaking
it.
of which, I
Freddy
saw.
Krueger's
I
always
saw.
been
Did Freddy
one.
already take out Jason though in
Yeah,
one of the movies?
well,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, Jason
who
took
won.
out Freddy.
No, I thought it was the other way around
no.
because didn't Freddy end up walking away with Jason's mask at the end?
No. See, you're
I just
mistaken.
I
Or
just
did they have
remember-
another one after that?
No. Jason is walking through the thing with Freddy's head, and then all of a sudden, when it gets really close to Freddy's head, he does the wink. So you thought there was going to be a sequel, but we didn't get anything from it. Basically, what happened is Freddy's kicking Jason's ass in the dream, and then they realize they can pull Freddy out of the dream. So as soon as that happens, it's like on because then Freddy like does something, and Jason just like kind of you can't see any facial expression on Jason, but he just kind of does this thing like, "Are you fucking serious?" and just like starts beating the shit out of Freddy. So
I just remember the scene where like Jason was standing on the dock and like Freddy jumps out of the water and it's like kind of slow motion. I just remember that.
yeah, no, that was like towards their big like end battle or whatnot.
Freddy was. Oh man, I love the.
I love Freddy
Yeah, I
Krueger.
didn't see
Love
any of
Nightmare
that
on Elm
shit.
Streets, man.
So
You've never
But-
seen any of them?
no, I've seen
The first one's good.
I saw the very first Nightmare on Elm Street, and then I saw the one
In the
that
hospital?
was the one that they had parts in 3D, not the whole movie, but parts in 3D. I think
that was
it was
No, that was.
Freddy's Dead. I think is what it was. Whatever that
I
one
think
that
that-
was Freddy's Dead.
I wanna say, I
he
think
wasn't.
that's-
He wasn't dead. Spoiler alert. He
I think-
wasn't dead
I
because they
wanna
made
say-
like 4 movies after.
I want to
that.
say I think that was number 4.
no. I think it was later than that.
Yeah.
I
Because-
want to say.
with the 3D, I will say this: with the 3D one, that was the one first time they gave actually Freddy's backstory of like how he became like
I just
got his powers.
Here's the thing. I went to. We saw that in the movie theater in the Orpheum in Flagstaff. Me and some buddies.
Damn,
And
you old.
we were like so excited to be going to a movie by ourselves and like be like, hey, this is awesome. And then like, holy crap, like it's in 3D. And like it like came up on the screen, like the subtitles popped up. It's like, put your 3D glasses
A
on
new
now. You
Nightmare?
put your glasses. Is that?
In '94.
Was that the 4th or 5th film?
No. This was 91. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. That's the one. I'm pretty sure this is the one.
Okay,
because
wait.
it wasn't The Final Nightmare
Okay,
by a long damn
Well, this is
shot.
what I'm okay. I should know my horror history. That's what I'm trying to figure out. There was the first one. The second one was
Pretty sure this is the 91.
The second one is
that
where
I'm
they
thinking
think
of.
the kid is just masking all the murders and stuff like that, and then Freddy shows up at the end. Then the third one, because the third one should have been the
You said the 97 was the one you were looking at?
yeah, because
I was thinking '94.
94.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I should know that.
I'm trying to think. No, I wasn't living. I was living in Flagstaff when this movie came out in the theaters, and I was not
So-
living in Flagstaff in '94. So it had to be
91.
Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare,
Okay.
'91. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Because I
It
believe
sucked. I just remember there was parts in 3D, and there was one part where he gets his glove knocked off, and it like flies towards you, and that's one of the 3D scenes. So you see the things coming at you, and you're like,
Well, that's what I'm trying to remember because there was
it was awesome.
because there was the first one, the second one, and then I think the third one brought back.
You're right, dude.
The third one brought back the
This New
original.
Line Cinema first. This was the first New Line Cinema's first released movie in 3D.
See, there you go.
Because I think the third one was the one where it was back to the original girl and she was in the mental institution, and then Freddy starts coming back. It was like a sleep clinic, if I'm right.
Like I said, I
thought that was
don't do
2.
horror typically.
No,
because
2 was
most of the time.
2
they
was a
bore
guy
the
who
shit
moved
out of
into
me.
the old house, and then he starts having like these weird, crazy things, and like Freddy bursts out of his chest.
Yeah, you're right. 3.
3, and then I think 4 was. Fuck, what was 4? I should know these things. I don't know why I know
Dream
these
Master.
things. Yes, Dream Master. It was like he starts killing off people, but then like I guess the main chick starts getting like their powers, like from their dreams or whatnot. It's like the weirdest fucking movie. Then they also did
The Dream Child is number 5.
Yes, that's when like Freddy has a child that gets reborn. And you find out how Freddy was. Yeah, like apparently a nun was raped in a mental institution by multiple guys, and one of the guys looked like it was actually the guy who played Freddy, which I thought was a great cameo. And I should know his name. God,
Robert Englund.
Yes, thank you. Because they did Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which was a brand new take on it, where it's like they were trying to redo a new Freddy movie, and like then turns out Freddy,
they were actually filming the movie.
Yes,
yeah,
that was that one, which I think was that the 5th one, or was that the 6th one?
No, because the 6th one would be Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmares.
That's
That
right.
would have been the 7th one.
Okay, the new
Freddy
Nightmare.
versus Jason came after that, and
Yes.
then in 2010, Nightmare on Elm Street.
That was the remake. That was when they got the guy who played Rorschach to be Freddy. I didn't see that one,
Oh,
but
I
it
don't
seemed
think
like
I saw that
I
either.
like that actor, but I
It
can't.
was. This is the problem. It was.
I guess I could
It was
see it was
produced
Freddy,
by
maybe.
Michael Bay. That's what he did with the chainsaws. But the thing was,
Fuck Michael Bay.
No, the problem was it seemed like
Sorry,
it was-
took your line. My apologies.
It's all right. Yeah. Fuck Michael Bay.
There you go.
It turned out to be like a shot-for-shot almost remake of the first one with beefed up graphics. But the only problem was like they actually
I hate
showed
when they
you
do that shit.
Freddy's backstory in this one. Which I was like, so it didn't do too well at the box office, which was kind of bad. And it didn't look like Freddy had a burnt face. It looked like someone threw Little Caesars $5 pizzas on him.
Pizza.
So, and that part, like in the first
Have you
one,
had their pretzel crust?
yes, it's
pretty
good,
fucking good.
And the part in the movie, in the original
Side
one, well, I was about to say, in the part in the original one where like Freddy, like his face comes through like the wall, and like when you actually find out how they did that, you're like, that's really cool. Like they did a CGI one in the remake, and it's like horrible if you compare to that one. You're just
Like, what the fuck, man?
So Michael Bay,
They did that better in the
Stay
70s.
away.
What the fuck, man?
I will say this: we're going back to entertainment news, but I did realize this with the second Ninja Turtles movie, Rocksteady and Bebop are going to be in it.
Finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be solid. Yeah, because we went to Michael Bay, so I had to say
Okay.
it.
But yeah, we did want to go ahead and get away from the Are You Not Entertained segment and get into at least one other segment in tonight's show. And I believe we had a vote from Steven for Playing With Ourselves.
I did have says we
the
do
segment where we talk about the games that
We-
we're currently
We
playing.
do need to have sound drops. I really
Yeah, we
want
do.
I really want the sound drop to be like, "Are you not entertained?" And then someone just go, "No."
Not really. Or just somebody going, me.
So I don't know what everybody else has been playing this week, but I finally finished Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh yeah.
I heard it was fucking terrible.
And I will say this. Everybody bitched and complained about Assassin's Creed 1. After they played Assassin's Creed 2, they realized how repetitive the game was, how the game was. And it's like, you know what? Give them the benefit of the doubt. The game is a brand new game. It's a new concept. Unity, I would say, is probably number 7 in the series. Maybe 8, 9. It is worse than Assassin's Creed 1. The DLC just came out this week, and I literally was on Podcast Unlocked's Facebook page, and I asked him, is it free? And the guy's like, yes. And I'm all like, I guess I'll download it. So I finished
is
that
it
up.
free?
I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
Usually,
You
still
finished
not
the
worth
DLC?
it. Still
no,
not
I haven't
worth
played
my
the
money.
DLC yet. I'm going to try to jump into that with my 3-day weekend. That's right, because I celebrate Martin Luther.
You know what I
King
love
Day.
about 3-day weekends?
What?
I get a 1-day weekend. All right.
Oh, that's right.
I get a day off on Monday. I'm happy about that.
Good for you, man.
So
I got to work.
I'm going to go
So
visit my grandma.
I'm playing this, and it
Oh,
gets to
nice.
the part where usually when a game ends, there's a conclusion, there's a reason behind why everything happened. The game ended, I'm all like, what the fuck just happened? I have no idea.
So
I'm
that's
like,
a
this
thing.
character... okay, as much as I hated Connor in Assassin's Creed 3, the new guy, fuck him.
Yeah.
He has
What's his name?
Anno?
Anna.
He starts out cool. You're like, I like this guy. I feel for him. He's got a tragic
Is his
story.
first name Yoko?
And then he goes through all this shit, and I'm just all like, well, he's French.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lame.
So that gets done. I'm like, all right. So I went
Not lame to French, but lame to Eric's joke.
So that's done. So I will jump into that DLC, but I'm not sure because
Wow.
the beta, of course, of Evolve has come out. So
Yeah, did you play any last night?
No, I downloaded it. I'm going to jump into that this weekend. The one game that I went back to that I was like, I need to finish this. Still, I would have to say this better win like something at the Video Game Awards or whatever comes up in the Spike thing. Sunset Overdrive. I was able to jump back in this game with having to touch it for like 2 months. It still cracks me the fuck up. I went into a side mission, and this guy's all like, it's a phone booth, and he's like, that's either a phone booth or a restroom, because phone booths don't exist anymore. And he goes over to it, it's like the Deep Throat thing from the old movie with the Watergate scandal and everything. That's what the guy's like, we need to find out who did this and everything, so do this for me. So he gets out of the phone booth, he's like, man, I feel like a secret agent. This would be really cool right now if there was some secret agent music. So then you start playing, all of a sudden you hear the record scratch, and then it starts playing spy music. He's like, that's what I'm talking. I'm like, this game just keeps going and going, and it's just fantastic. Like, I hope they make DLC for this game. So I recommend to anybody, if you're debating on a system, you want to go with an Xbox One, get Sunset Overdrive as your first purchase, because you will not be disappointed. It's basically Deadpool as a human without the costume on, because he's third person, talks to everything. It's just great. And
It
then
gets the Steve-O stamp of approval.
Oh, it does. It's phenomenal.
That should be a thing. That's another sound drop. We need to make a list of all the sound drops we need to make.
Steve-O stamp of approval.
We need the sound effect of the.
We really need like an intern, like an unofficial intern.
Yeah. What? Oh, man, we need to get on that immediately.
And then I would say Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was the Xbox One,
Okay.
or the Xbox 360 one. A lot better game than Unity.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So, but I was going to ask what Eric was playing, but we already know. But we will get to you, Matthew. What about you? What have you
What
been
have you
up
been
to?
I haven't
playing,
really
Matt?
been playing too much lately. I'm still playing Dragon Age.
This guy over here working stiff.
Yeah, man. January's been very busy for me, man. I had like 2 weeks in December, the last 2 weeks in December, where it was really lax. But now January's like, whoa, damn. Where did you come from?
Fuck?
So, yeah, I'm still playing Dragon Age. Love it. And I'm like way too far in it to start my character over, so I'm just continuing to be who I am.
I am what I am.
I will say this.
I am what I am.
This is a mistake that I did. I created a rogue, with the swords. I decided to go with a female rogue, elf.
Tell me more.
Redhead, yes, of course. We all know me. And I realized I'm playing the game, and I kind of stop sometimes. I'm all like, I really want to fuck my creation right now. Is that wrong?
Does she have pointy ears?
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm the same class. And
I mean, yeah, that's totally wrong.
Rogue, like with the daggers and shit. But I'm a dude.
I don't want to fuck your character as
but I
much
gotta
as I
do-
want to fuck
but
his character.
my character
Sorry.
has-
Yeah.
a
So
deep
and I gave her the pixie cut. Yeah.
See, no, I'm a long hair fan, but
Oh,
if
no,
it
she
lets
looked-
me see the pointed ears,
Oh, that's why I did it.
then I'm
That's
all
why I
right
did.
with it.
I will say this though, being
I
kind
don't
of
know if that's an elf fetish or like a Romulan/Vulcan fetish, because I've always been a Trekkie too. So I don't know where that comes from.
I
Maybe
will-
a little T'Pol.
I will say this
from,
though. So I'm creating I'm creating my character. I'm colorblind. I'm looking at all the hairstyles. I'm all like, I don't know what's red. I literally. This is why I decided to do a Reddit thing. I literally typed in, like, how do you know the colors of stuff? Somebody made a Reddit of all the hair colors. I'm like, thank you. This worked out perfectly. Because I couldn't tell between brown and red in this game. I'm all like, I'm glad graphics are getting great, but it doesn't fucking help me. So, yeah, so I did my character. I've only done, like, a little bit of the game, and I have to do, like, the first, like, I guess, mission after you're, like, captured or whatnot. And you kind of, like... break free of that and close the first gate or whatnot. But I was just all like, I get there, I'm just all like,
Dude, you're like so fresh.
I know, fresh. That's why I was like, I stopped for a bit. I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish Sunset Overdrive because I haven't started anything else. I'm like, I'm gonna finish Sunset Overdrive. And then I'm going to play it because I got kind of overwhelmed with the game because all of a sudden, like, this guy's like, help me, I need potion for it. And then, like, getting all these side quests, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to take a step back.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? But it's the same thing with all my characters. Even if Matthew gets Destiny, when he finally sees my hunter, he'd be like, okay, there's seriously a problem with you. Female, redhead, I have an issue.
Why not enjoy the games you're playing? You know?
Yeah, if that's how you enjoy it.
Exactly. I was, for the last 2 2 seasons, I was playing a female character on Hearthstone. So
Okay, now
I was
you're
playing
just
the rogue.
Gay.
Which happens to be...
Rogue's legit.
Yeah,
Rogue
no, I
and
love-
Mage, man. Those are my
Which
classes.
is that's the weird part. Like I always go warrior, and this time I was all like, "Do I want to do mage or do I want to do rogue?" And I was like, "I'm going to go with rogue."
That's what I've been doing this
He's not talking Hearthstone.
season. Well, yeah, well,
just in general.
A lot of these games have very similar classes because obviously, in Hearthstone you have rogues and mages and warriors and paladins and priests and all that fun stuff.
Shamans.
Shamans, yes.
Or
Shamans
or
are fun.
Argani, the shape-shifting wizard.
Yeah, totally. So so that's what I've been continuing to play this month. I haven't played as much as I wanted to since I got this new phone. I can't play it on my phone anymore. Damn it, fucking motherfuckers. Anyways,
Our new sponsors is the Galaxy.
Oh, I love the phone. I absolutely love it. The speed and power of it is amazing compared to my old phone. But
That's what they
the
say in
fact
the
that I can't
bedroom.
play Hearthstone on it kind of makes me mad. And that was only a feature that I only recently got on my old phone too. It was like I got it like 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh, traded my phone. Oh crap, can't do it anymore. But I have been playing. I haven't been playing as much as I wanted to, but I decided to start a new thing because basically last month, when last month started, every month is a different season in Hearthstone. You start over, you start ranking up over every month. So last month, at very near the beginning of the month, I started playing a mech priest deck that I had built, and I used that all month long basically. And then when the new month started, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try a different deck. I'm going to try a class that I haven't played with previously. So I created basically I would call it a budget control mech warrior. That's what I would call it. Because unlike most control warrior decks where you have like 5 or 6 different legendaries that are sometimes hard to come by and you just basically steamroll over everybody, I only have 2 legendaries in my deck. Okay. I have Gromash Hellscream because you can't have an effective warrior deck without him. It just doesn't work. And I have Iron Juggernaut because that's just a fun fucking card.
No more. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm like, what?
I was trying to be a good host.
I'm like, what's Matt doing over there? So I only have the 2 legendaries in the deck. I've got Gromash and I've got the Iron Juggernaut, which is fun. Iron Juggernaut is a fun card because when you play it, it shuffles a mine card into the opponent's deck. When they draw that mine card, it does 10 damage to them instantly. Shit. So that can mean the difference. That has meant the difference in so many games where I've had them down to the point where they were next to dead, but I was also next to dead, and they were getting ready to about beat me, and then I'm just like, well, I'll just pass the turn and hope they draw that card, and there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Damn
Whoop,
straight.
I thought we were going with that.
So I've had moderate success with it. I've kind of built the deck
White
around
guy problems.
Not like traditional control decks, which are all about building up armor. This one, I do have some armor built in, but for the most part, I actually have more to do with building minions that can grow big attack.
Okay.
I've got minions that actually grow attack when other minions are damaged. And then I have the Whirlwind, which does 1 damage to every minion on the board. So if they build up a big board, I can be like, okay, well, I'll drop this guy, and then do 1 damage to everybody, and this guy gains like 17 attack all at once. So it's really it's been fun. It's been slightly more effective than my priest deck from last month thus far. The thing is, what's really weird is like all of my quests this month so far have been something other than warrior. Like, I've had to play... Like, I logged in the other day, and I had 3 quests, because I had been off for a couple of days, and I had 3 quests, and all of them were class quests. None of them were warrior. It was like Druid or Priest, and Rogue or Priest, and then Paladin or Druid. And
Were they all win 5?
It was win 2s, actually. There was
Win
one.
twos?
There was
Nice.
one win 5, so
Nice.
I was like,
Okay.
all right.
The twos you can bust out.
Here's what's
quickly,
crazy. Like, so one of them was a 5, and it was a warrior or druid, and I've never been good with druid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the deal is with druid because I can see how powerful they can be. I've never been good with it. Like, I've gotten steamrolled by druid so many times, but I cannot build an effective druid deck myself. So I'm like, fuck. But Hunter. I'm like, okay. So my choices were Hunter or Druid. So I'm like, fuck it. I literally threw together in like 30 seconds a Hunter deck.
Yeah.
And played in casual.
Yeah.
I went 5-1 in like no time with this ridiculous. I'm like, dude, Hunter is really overpowered. Like, it was stupid how quick I won.
Dude,
I put
Hunter's all attack. Like,
yeah, I
just
threw a couple of
boom. Like, if you
couple of Undertakers in there,
Yeah.
and then every single one of my minions has a death rattle.
if you can just straight zoo it and just be all fucking beasts and like have it to where you level up your beast as you go, because then you have your power, which is you hit it for 2,
Yeah.
the arrow, you just bam, bam,
Boom,
bam,
boom,
bam,
boom.
knock
Yeah.
it, just go. Yeah.
And then I supplement that a little bit with a couple of taunts. Throw a couple of sludge belchers in there.
Yeah.
And
Just slow them down.
boom, exactly. Yeah, it was nuts how quick. What's really weird to me is how different the meta is between the casual and the ranked games. Like, I can take the same deck. I can take a deck that I just randomly throw together, take it into casual, and either dominate or get slaughtered, and then take that same deck
To ranked.
into ranked, and
It's a different
do
story.
the exact opposite. Like, I took my deck that had actually gotten me up to level 10 at one point in ranked. I took it into casual, got annihilated like 5 games in a row. I was like, what the fuck just happened here? But then I took that Hunter deck that I threw together in literally like 30 seconds, and in casual, I was able to slaughter people with it, just absolutely just murder them. It was pretty bad. Like, I felt bad about doing it almost. Like, I almost felt bad about playing that deck, but that's why I was in casual, just trying to get my quest.
Yeah.
I took that same deck into ranked for a couple of games to see if I could if it made muster, and I got murdered pretty badly by a couple of. I got immediately. I played 2 games in ranked with that Hunter deck, and I got destroyed by a handlock deck that I was like, I felt I was doing really good against, until all of a sudden here comes like, I'm like, oh crap, I'm kind of out of cards. I've got a decent board of like 2 and 3 attack minions, and then it's like, oh, Molten Giant, Defender of Argus. I'm like, oh
shit.
motherfucker, there's
Yeah.
2 9/9 taunts in front of me, and I've got nothing to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's how handlock works. I'm like, oh shit. So that didn't work.
Do you keep on playing or do you concede?
I only concede when I know when they are visibly showing lethal.
So right there, you would have conceded.
If I was, if they've
I
got
never
2 9/9 taunts on the board,
It's true.
I only concede. Like I said, it has to be visible lethal. Like, I won't do it if I'm like, oh, if they have this, then they have lethal. No.
Yeah.
If I look at the board and I'm like, okay, there's nothing else I can do, and they have lethal showing,
Yeah.
then I will
get
go ahead
that.
and concede.
I always just say, well played, and I take my turn, and I just let them. Because a lot of the time, they sit there and they're like, okay, well, he's not going to concede, so they just sit there and they'll like knock out my players, and they'll do that thing. So then it's my turn again, and like it kind of takes it a little bit. Like they're like, okay, I get it,
There
dude.
have been
Like,
times when it's been really close, when I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I bet you they have lethal, but I don't see it. It's not visible already, so I will go ahead and let
just
them
always-
take their turn and see what they do. And sometimes they'll play around thinking like, oh, maybe he's got something.
I always envision it as like you're on the battlefield and it's just like, you see all your brothers fall, and you're like, no, motherfucker, never. And then, all right, you win.
I have a question about this because, of
Yes.
course, I have not dived into Hearthstone, which I do want to. Don't get me wrong, I do want to.
It's there, man. You're on there.
I know. Okay, when you concede or whatnot, there's not this bullshit thing where like you're doing good and the person's all like "fuck this" and just like leaves the game or whatnot. Like if he do that, does that count as a win for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If,
Oh,
the,
there's
if
ti-
the
there's-
opponent concedes, it is your victory.
There's
It's not
times
like a
when
tie or
you'll
anything
get
like
in a
that.
game and not even start it, and it's like, oh, you win, and
Okay, no, that's
All
what,
right.
sweet.
no, that's what I want to know
Because there are some people. What happens is people play specific decks.
Yeah.
Where if they don't get just the right starting cards, they won't play the game.
Yeah.
So you'll see the mulligan, and then you'll see they get their things, and then the second the game starts, I concede. I'm like,
Okay.
All
No,
right.
no, I just want to know if you get the points for that because the
You
thing
do.
that pissed
You
me
do.
off the most was Street Fighter 4 when that came out. They had the online match. Now, I got my ass handed to me plenty of times in Street Fighter 4. This one guy and I had this match. He won the first round. I won the second round. I'm like, all right, this is evenly matched. Finally,
Right.
I'm literally about to win. The guy leaves the game. I don't get anything for it. I was like,
that's
are
bullshit.
you fucking serious? I was
No,
like,
that's not the way it works.
okay.
If
That's
you
why I
get-
just wanted to double check.
The only time that it's counted as a draw at all,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never actually had this happen to me. I've seen it in videos, but if something happens, some effect takes place on the board where both players take lethal damage at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
even if one player takes more than lethal, like if, this person was taking a -5 and this person was taking a -4.
So if someone plays the Rosie O'Donnell card.
Basically, yeah. Because there are effects that do damage to everybody.
Yeah.
And if both players effectively die at the same time, it is considered a draw.
Okay.
It pops up and shows you defeat
Yeah.
on the screen, but
But
you don't
no-
lose
yeah.
the points or the stars
Okay.
for that defeat, but you also don't gain any as a win. So there are cases when that happens, but not because it disconnects. If you disconnect and can't play your turn, the other player wins.
Okay.
That's which kind of sucks because
it
that's happened to
sucks.
me when
It's happened to
I'm
me
like
too.
obviously winning, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm winning, and then my Wi-Fi
then,
goes out, and I'm like,
Or you're fucking sitting there. Yeah, you're sitting there, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Awesome.
That's the one thing that really pisses me off is the fact that it doesn't give you a clear indication when you've disconnected.
Yeah,
sometimes it
doesn't
does.
give you a prompt or anything.
If
It's
you
just-
completely disconnect from the internet, like your system completely disconnects from the internet, it will tell you that. But if you're just disconnecting, if you're still connected to the internet but not to the server,
well, I've had it where the game crashes, and I just go back out to the BattleNet.
yeah,
and I'm like,
then you log back in. It's
I'm
like
like,
you
what the
lost your
fuck?
you lost your last ranked match due to a disconnect. And you're like, motherfucker,
Like
I
you-
had 30 life, they had 1.
but you can't give me a break. Like, why don't you give me a break? Like,
Yeah,
me a
I understand.
Give me
It's
a
gone
break.
both ways for me because there have been games where I've been obviously losing, like getting ready to concede, and then they disconnect, and I'm like, oh, all right.
sweet. Yeah.
So it does go both ways. I think it's fair the way they do it.
Like a bisexual.
Because it would suck if they didn't count games where somebody disconnected, because then all you do is be like, oh crap, I'm losing. I could concede, or I could pull my internet plug
Well,
out and not take a loss.
I don't know if you've had this happen where you'll be doing your game, and so your portion of it freezes up, comes back in, and your timer's going,
Oh yeah,
and you're like, what?
yeah.
So
The
you,
worst
you
part is
either get to make
when I was-
a quick second move, or you just go next turn.
Yeah. The worst is when I was on the phone and the disconnect, because for some reason it insisted on showing you everything that happened while you were disconnected before you could move. So it's sitting there and it's acting like, oh, okay, I reconnected. Okay, good. You know, it's like, because you realize you disconnected for a second, then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, good, I reconnected. Okay. And then you see their turn go, and then
Yeah.
you see your turn, but your turn, instead of getting the opportunity to do anything, it just shows you. It just goes, your turn, timer, boom, their turn. And you're like, what the fuck's happening? And
Yeah.
you realize suddenly that, oh, I'm just watching what's already happened.
Yeah,
And while that's going on, while you're watching what's already happened,
the other
the
players.
timer is still going on the actual game. So you're like, you know what? Just skip all that, jump back to where the game is, and let me at least take my turn, because maybe I'll have a chance. But no, you're just sitting there watching yourself lose.
It's a
and you can't
shitty
do
thing.
shit about it.
It's a shitty thing, but the game is awesome.
It's
like
an online game.
it never
if you're
really-
not connected. You're going to have a bad time.
it happens.
It
Not
is-
all the time.
No, it is a rare situation. It's just
When
very
it does, it
frustrating when
sucks.
It does.
But for the most part, the game is fucking phenomenal. And
How many times have you connected to a game where the other person is obviously either disconnected or like started a game and walked away?
Yeah, and you're
you
just
get to
sitting
play like 7 turns in a row and just get to do whatever the fuck you want.
and then they come back. And
I
then
love when they come back and they're like, "Sorry."
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like,
They're
"Me too."
all of a sudden you see like the highlights over the cards. Like, oh, okay,
They're like,
you're back now, and you're checking what cards you have.
Yeah, and you're like, "You're at 2 life and I have a full board. Do what you want to."
Yeah, and they still
go ahead and try.
and they still kick your ass.
I haven't had.
Oh, no,
I have had somebody come back after the worst loss I took was when somebody didn't do anything for 4 full turns, and then all of a sudden on turn 5 they came up
And they just had a killer
like
combination.
literally within 2 turns they were like boom 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 boom. I was like,
Yeah.
you motherfucker. I'm like, you are a son of a bitch. That was when I was playing my rogue deck. It was like full of reactive cards though, because I had a deck going there. If they weren't playing, it still took me 10 turns to kill them, just because most of my cards were reactive
Right.
to control. and I didn't have an aggressive deck. If I had an aggressive deck, I could have boom, 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 taken them out. But because I was more of a control type tempo deck, they weren't doing anything, so all my reactive cards just sat there.
Yeah. It's a good game, though.
Oh no! I didn't want to interrupt your guys' stuff
No,
because I know
I saw that. I was in the middle of a sentence.
You guys are.
But no, it's you.
No, you guys were having your thing. I just thought that was funny because what we were just talking about earlier in entertainment news. I just got this thing from my email telling me the popular tweets, and it says no Oscar, no problem for Lego Movie director Philip Lord, and he built his own Oscar out of Legos.
Oh, nice!
I just thought that was funny.
That's
so
sweet.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'll post it on the Facebook when the show gets aired.
Right.
Because I'm like, we were just talking about this. That's
Nice.
I'm like, you guys have a really good conversation. I don't want to interrupt, but I don't want to also go back to entertainment news, but. It is winding down to that time though. But Eric, I can't believe it. 2 years.
It is
2 years ago, we started
nuts.
doing this new show, and next week we're going to be at 100.
100 episodes.
Fucking 100.
100 episodes. And that's no bullshit episodes either. We don't have any... I talked about, because we were taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays, I talked about throwing up a couple of...
we thought about
best
doing...
ofs
best
or something
ofs.
like that to fill the gap so that when we came back, the first episode, it would be that 100th. But we decided, no.
It was weird because
we'll do it legit.
Eric and I did. I think we did what 4 or I'm trying to think. I want to say 4 or
6 episodes because remember when we did the with the throwback episode that we discovered that Matthew joined us on episode 7.
I do want to say this. Before Matthew will be coming back soon. I do want to say this. I thought it was a really funny night because we both talked about it. We did the show and we're like, we liked where the show was going, but we're like, we do need another co-host. Yeah. We need a third person to add to the thing. So Matthew, an old friend of mine from high school, actually hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm really into music. I put together this little music podcast, and we really enjoyed the music podcast. The only problem is at the time his format was like maybe 15 to 20 something minutes. Like it wasn't like a full hour or whatnot. So we're like, okay. So I was like, well, have Matthew come on the show. And talk about the Fro show. So he came on, we played it, we all enjoyed it, and Matthew just kind of felt everything. Matthew was very cool coming in and just having quick whip, and it was great because Matthew left, and I was like, me in my head, me knowing him from high school, almost like this is it, this is the person. And then Eric sets this up. Eric is the worst person to set anything up. Eric's all like, so Steve, we need to talk, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, what's up? He's all like, I know he's your friend. And I'm like all in my head, just everything that I had. I'm like, oh, we're going to build this great show. And then I'm like, Eric, what are you doing? He's all like, I felt like we had really good timing and I like him. I was like, can we have him on the show? And I'm all like, Eric, you got to work on your delivery. That's like every breakup I've ever been in, be like, hey, I really like you, but kind of thing. No, I was just telling Eric that we couldn't believe that next week, it's like we've been doing this for almost pretty much 2 years, 100th episode. I'm just blown away.
Basically, it has been.
Yeah,
it has been about 2 years exactly because I remember the very first episode was basically a New Year episode. 7.
Shit, well.
Number 7 was the
7.
first episode that you.
Well, it's your guys' 100th episode. It ain't mine until 107. So you all can go fuck yourselves.
Wow. All right,
I like
then.
how I just gave this complimentary story. I was very passionate about it. And Matthew's like, fuck you!
No. There's 100 episodes. That's crazy.
Yeah, next week is number 100. We'll have at least one guest on the show. Steve
No, we're going to have two. We have our special guest.
We do? Okay, so we're going to have 2 guests
confirmation.
next week for episode number 100, which will be, what is the date on that? The 23rd.
The
23rd of January.
But I just want to say this. I think it's amazing that we hit 100 episode. I know a lot of our shows are going to be hitting 100 episode, hopefully sometime either this year or next year. I do want to thank everybody for sticking with us after what happened in the beginning of the show. We didn't know what was going on, but I'm just glad that this network was built. Everybody can come to it. There's a show for everybody, and I just love all the new people who keep jumping on. I'm looking 2015 to me feels like it's going to be a very good year. Yes, we will be having guests on soon. Stuff is coming into place. We're getting everything ready for that. So
we're going to be getting geared up for Comic-Con.
Yeah,
here
we're going to
in the
gear
next
up for
couple of
Comic-Con.
weeks.
So again, we will say this. If you are a Comic-Con person, most of our guests who have been on the show will be coming back to the show. If you're a new person at Comic-Con or if you've never been on the show before, you do want to promote your stuff, hit us up. We're more than welcome to have you on.
We're on Facebook, facebook.com/4Eyed Radio Network.
Yes, exactly. So just go ahead and check us out. And yeah, I just want to be thankful for like everything. I'm glad for everyone's support. So just keep getting us there. Everybody who keeps joining the network or coming up with new shows and everything like that. I look forward to the brand new Fro shows that are going to be coming our way as well. That's why I didn't put a date. So
we've got another new show, brand new show to the network coming next month, hopefully, and which we will be announcing and talking about next week. One of our guests is specifically going to be on to talk about that. It's going to be really fun. Me and him are going to have a great time doing that.
I will say this: if anybody, you have a week, if you can guess the mystery guest that's going to be on the show, Eric will shave my pubes.
It's a little scary. I don't know about all that. But anyways.
Motherfucker said what? All right.
And Matthew has to watch. So until next week, folks.
I'm there.
It will be our pubic bucket challenge. But yes, until next time, kiddos. You better tap that size like I did the pudding of the pop.
Bye.
Put down that cigarette. My heart's not in it yet. Put down that cigarette. Please don't turn away. I don't have much to say.